right, we are saying 16 out of 17. Hello, that means we're broadcasting to all 17 channels. Trovo's probably not reading back, but we're looking great. So hello. Hey, Teresa. Wow, man. I am literally 30 seconds in and Teresa's already saying hello. Teresa's got a good connection to the internet today. Hey, Nick does too. Hey, Nick. Nick got in there within 40 seconds. Way to go, Nick. Right on. I cleaned this one today, this morning. It's chugging and ready to go. I've got the camera up on the grow. So let's go full screen on that for a second so you guys can check that out. I want you guys to see that. I'm gonna go ahead. I'll bring my camera up. We've got all kinds of wonderful things to talk about, guys. Today it's gonna be an interesting show. Stick around and watch. I think you'll have fun. We'll get really high. And hey. James Young, what's up? John Henderson. John Henderson, is that my friend Noyoko? Teresa King. Grow looks good. Thank you, Teresa. Yes. Yeah. It always grows good in Northern California. We got lettuce now too, man. So that adds another vegetable. So the vegetables in the grow now include unplanted pole beans, unplanted lettuce, unplanted tomatoes, unplanted zucchini, unplanted potatoes, and planted potatoes. 5 different kinds of vegetables. And the only thing that I intentionally planted in there that didn't pop up out of the ground was some of the potatoes. Man, my stomach just growled. I felt this huge emptiness inside me, but I'm going to be all right. I've been doing really good. I was down to 175 this morning on the scale, guys. I feel really good, and I think it's going to be soon. I'm going to be able to do the legs thing. So, yeah, we've got some things to talk about. First thing I want to talk about is... Oh, my microphone. Let me go get my mic. I'm sorry. My mic was put down. I'm so glad I realized it was down. It's over here. I was gonna move it, but I didn't get around to it. I was gonna move it over. Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. And I just didn't get to it in time. There we go. Microphone. I love setting up microphones, man. Just from being in the audio industry. I love doing this. It's so funny. I love microphones. I love setting up microphones. Does that sound better? How's that? You guys got me in stereo now? I wonder why people are leaving my show. Why are people getting here and then leaving? Can anybody tell me why people are leaving the show? Like, are you getting disconnected? Can anybody explain it to me? What's going on? I just lost half of my viewers, and I just want to know why. Okay, did anybody get disconnected? No. Okay, I'm not getting any feedback on that. All right. Can anybody tell me where the people left from? Unbelievable. But, you know, it's funny because we are going to be talking about shadow banning today, so this should be interesting, you know. Anytime funny things go on in my chat, I know it's not the higher-ups doing anything to my channel. It's usually, you know, a bandwidth thing or something else. So, what is that? Something's blowing around in there. Is that, it's like a reflection off the camera lens or something. I don't know what that is. Do you guys see this right here? This right here, this thing? Like a little orb. Look at this little orb. It seems to be, it's a reflection off the blade of the fan. See, because it's moving in sequence with the fan. But what's it reflecting off of? See, I figured that out quick, didn't I? That's just me doing this. That's just me doing this. It's from watching Mick West. And if you guys watch Mick West, you'll be good at doing that too, debunking your own. Hey, there's an orb. Oh, no, it's a reflection off the fan. Thanks, Mick West, for ruining my fucking life. Love the debunkers. Sean, hello, Trendy Orca. Joe Biden and Boris Johnson have withdrawn all troops from Afghanistan. You know what, man? I will applaud that. I don't want to applaud Joe Biden because he's a racist fuck. But if they really did pull troops out of Afghanistan... You want to go outside, buddy boy? What do you see out there? What you got? What you got, buddy? You see something out there, buddy? What you got? So I think Rogan's seeing orbs, too. He just woke up. So anyway, yeah, let me finish the applause, guys. Boris Johnson, dumbass, racist, fucking douchebag, child head sniffing Joe Biden. Thank you. You did something right. And I will give credit, even though I hate people, I will give them credit. Even when I hate you, I will give you fucking credit when you do something right. That's why I hope people give me credit when I do things right too, even though they hate me. Maybe they'll learn from that. If I'm doing something good and you have to say, hey man, he did something good, stand up and applaud me, let me know. Even if you fucking hate me. You thought it was Harl's, right? I thought it was like a bug or a bird or something. I'm like, there's an orb, like it's reflection. Oh, I'm really glad. Thank you for telling me that, James Young. I love getting news like that on the live stream. I love when you guys participate and help the show, like getting your news on with Ron. People bring news stories to him. It's great. I don't think he's ever read one of my news stories, so. I've tweeted him so many times, he just ignores me. But it was too repetitive, right? It was repetitive, and it was going in a circular pattern. I noticed it was going circular, and then I noticed the fan behind it was literally cutting off at the exact same time. A bunch of little evidence there. Great debunking. Thank you, Trendy Orca. Hippie Chick, hey, I haven't seen you in a while. Mucho credit to you. Thank you, Trendy Orca. Ted Cannabus. Love your name, Ted. Always ready to give credit where credit is due. Good to see you, Nate. Good to see you too, Ted Cannabis. Sean Days. Shout out to Jimmy Dore. Yeah, we're going to be talking about Jimmy Dore, man. He's getting both the Jack and the Black. And you guys, I've got a photograph for you. I'm not publicizing it. I don't get a lot of views on this show. There's only 13 viewers, guys. There's not a lot of people watching me. I'm not really worried about this getting out there. But let me show you. Let me grab my phone. Now, you guys know these little plastic containers you're always seeing me pull my buds out of? They're about this big. How would you like to be the owner of one of these filled with my buds from my garden? Well, I've got a photograph for you. Check this out. Plushberry Cross 9-pound hammer, 100% indica, Nay's Garden. That other one says Jack Hair, 24% THC. It's got the percentage of the sativa and indica on there, and it says at the bottom, Nay's Garden. They are filled all the way up to the top. The bottom features a triage oil sticker and says nighttime on the True Black and daytime on the Jack Hair. He has a dish for daytime and he has a dish for nighttime. Not only that, but he's got my two favorite strains for both. Not only that, but I filled these things fucking up all the way. Not only that, I'm not charging him a penny for it. Not only that, he ordered a fucking large the third large fucking triage oil yesterday at 5 o'clock. I got it packaged up for him already. It's ready to go in the mail today, and I'm going to get it down there before noon. So he's going to have that probably by Monday or Tuesday. Maybe he'll even get it on Saturday. He's going to get and I also did this for him. I've been giving him the 32-ounce jars. I busted it out into 216s so he can put one in, one place and one somewhere else in the house. I like to have triage oil all over. Outside. I've got it all. I got a bottle of triage oil up on the deck. I got a bottle of triage oil on that deck. I got a bottle of triage oil on this deck. I got a bottle of triage oil in my front yard on the park bench. I got a bottle of triage oil in my garage. I got a bottle of triage oil down in the grow. And I keep one in my car too. I also have one on the quad. You might be asking yourself, dude, what's the point of having triage oil all over the place like that? Okay. If I'm ever outside and I'm doing stuff, I got my mosquito repellent. All I got to do is rub it on. Dude, last night when I was making Jimmy Dore's bottle, there's a little bit of oil drips here and there and whatever. And I always save it and conserve it and put it back in whatever. But this time I took the drops and I just started rubbing it all over my skin. I put it on my face, my neck, everywhere, man. I put it on my legs, everything. I was totally covered. I went outside. No mosquito bites, man. I go outside any time of night I want. If I'm covered, they will not touch me. And I watch them. They bounce off of me. The mosquitoes, they bounce off me like I'm Superman and they're bullets. It's fucking hilarious. I don't like to talk about my hilarity, though. So Jimmy's got 2 16s and 2 of these filled with daytime and nighttime. And and a nice little note from me that I put on the back of a full one of these. I also gave him 2 pages of stickers. I used the oil last night after being bit a couple times. Bam, itch is gone. Adam, you won't get bit if you put it on before you go outside. I don't know how many times I have to tell you this, man. I told you this yesterday too. Put the oil on before you get bit by the mosquito, bro. Okay? It's a preventative. They won't touch you, man. They fucking hate it. I think it's the peppermint oil. I'm not sure. Because peppermint oil kills bugs. And I'm sure it probably kills mosquitoes, too. I haven't tried spraying it on one, but I bet it kills them, too. Andrew Smith, hello. Oh, I got a little itch in my nose there. So, yeah, the lettuce is growing. The potatoes are banging. I did a grow update for you guys. So if you guys were watching yesterday, you saw the grow update. If you didn't see the grow update yesterday, you can go watch yesterday's show and check it out. It's a good 4-minute grow update. What's up, Nay? Okay, put the oil. It puts the oil on its skin, right? It puts the lotion on its skin or it gets the hose again. Adam, it puts the lotion on its skin or it gets the mosquito bite again. Hi, Bees. Good morning, Beezel. You want an eggie? Yeah, let's give you an eggie for breakfast. Hey, buddy. Let's give you an eggie. Rogy's like, I'll take an eggie. The neighbor gives us eggies, Daddy. The neighbor gives us eggies. Yes, we've got a whole thing. Wild harvest eggs. Here, I'll give you a little one. Here's a little one. Here we go. You want eggie? Eggie! There you go, buddy. Rogan's like, I love an eggie in my breakfast. Since I learned that a dog will eat the eggshell, I was like, I had never knew that. As many times, as many dogs as I have had in my life, and as many eggs as I've given those dogs, I never thought to just break the egg and throw it in the fucking food and let them eat the shell. They eat the whole goddamn thing and they love it. And it's good for them, It's so funny. Let me turn off this phone. Boy, oh boy, do we have something to talk about today. So those of you that are here for a show, you've come to a good one. You found a good show. Congratulations. Donald Trump is suing the United States. Well, not the United States. He is suing Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, or Google, saying that he does not want shadow banning anymore. right? Before I go on, this lawsuit's going to fail. It's not going to go anywhere. It's going to be dismissed. But give me 1 second. 1 second. I got this errant hair. It's fucking driving me crazy. Man, I swear I'm about 2 steps away from just fucking doing my goddamn nose hair cutting on the stream, man. Man, growing old sucks sometimes. I keep eggshells for my chickens. Eggshells hard, not soft. I don't know what you mean by that. It works for us really well. You've discovered a totally natural mosquito repellent. No, I haven't discovered it. People knew peppermint was a bug repellent, I'm sure. I'm sure people know this. I'm sure. I'd Google it, but anyway, let me go on with the story. So, Donald Trump is filing a lawsuit, and he wants the social media outlets to stop shadow banning, and he wants the social media outlets to allow him to speak again. Now, if you're wondering how I feel about Donald Trump's First Amendment rights, I hold him to a higher standard. He was president of the United States. You know, I hold anybody to a higher standard that has a platform. I expect you to not abuse the platform. As soon as you abuse the platform, if the government wants to step in, or if individual corporations that are hosting your content want to step in, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. You know, Donald Trump can take an ad out in a newspaper. He could go on any goddamn network television show. Anybody would have him. Any podcaster would probably interview him. He could have millions of people watching him if he was smart enough. He could find all kinds of ways to promote himself. And he's not a smart man, and the people working for him are not very smart. Donald Trump should be everywhere right now. He should be up our asses everywhere. If he was doing the right thing, he would be. But he's not doing the right thing because he doesn't know how to do it. You think, oh, he's the best promoter in the world. Well, where the fuck is he? You know, where the fuck is he? Where's he been? Why is he hidden? Why aren't we hearing from him every day on every news agency? Why isn't he keeping himself relevant? Because he's slacking off. He's not doing it right. You know, he's made some really poor decisions. And you want to know, and anybody that supports Trump, that loves him and thinks he's the best president we ever had, why didn't he legalize cannabis? Why didn't he take the power away from these corporate giants that run social media? When he was president, he had 4 years to do it. I'll tell you why. Because he was too busy covering his own ass the whole time, enriching himself, doing deals, and not worrying about you and not worrying about your rights. And if he was worrying about your rights, he would have been protecting his own rights too. That's how an awful of a leader Donald Trump was. In his mind, he literally thought he was going to be president until the day he died. He really thought that. He thought that he's such a narcissist that he thought once America got a whiff of him, they were never going to be able to walk away. And it ended up smelling like fucking sewage, you know? He can't smell his own shit. That's the problem. On beating the band, Alex does a really good job. Alex Jones does a really good job of treading water, you know? He stays relevant. Even with his garbage message, he does a good job of it. But what I want you guys to see is I want you guys to see this. Don't presidents get money even after they are out of office? Andrew, presidents get more than money, okay? And they don't get paid that I know of. They get a fucking security team, bro. Now, I would pay, if I could have my own security team that was supplied to me by the federal government that guaranteed that I could go anywhere and basically no one is going to be able to fuck with me. And if they tried to fuck with me, they'd get their ass beat or shot and killed right in front of me. That's worth a lot of money to me, man. I'll take that. I'll take that instead of the money. How about just being recognized? How about just being recognized as a former leader of the United States, one of the most powerful countries in the world? Or having any news agency or mainstream media outlet be willing to have you on at the drop of a hat. You make a phone call and say, hey, man, I'm going to be in L.A. in 2 hours. Can you find a spot for me? Yeah, we'll bump Ben Affleck's fucking interview. Come on over. We got you, Donald Trump. Guaranteed. He could do it if he wanted to do it, but he's fucking lazy and he's stupid, and the people that work for him are lazy and fucking stupid. They're relying on the name Trump and not on Trump's actions. That's a big problem. You can't just expect a name, you know? You put your name everywhere and you think that's what all people care about. People are getting smart to the whole sham. And I'm so glad. I'm so glad that people are getting smarter. And the smarter people get, the less support people like Donald Trump and you know, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Brobert, you know, any of these Trump supporters will get. You know, the smarter people get, the less support these assholes will get. But, computer, shut up! Billy must laugh every time this happens to me. This fucking computer, man. Computer, stop! Native Americans use different styles of mint as bug repellent. Mint. There you go. There you go, Andrew. See? The Native Americans knew that peppermint was a bug repellent. I knew it. I knew I didn't discover it, you know, but I just figured it out. I'm just not a corporation looking for a chemical that I can make money off of to sell to you. I'd rather just tell you to go online, buy some peppermint oil, and just use a few drops of it with your coconut oil, rub it on your skin. You don't even need the THC oil, I bet. You know, I doubt that's what scares off the bugs. You know, I always thought it was the peppermint oil, man, you know? Don't presidents get money even after they're out of office? Okay, yo, son, yo, Enoch. Dude, is nobody engaging me in conversation? Come on, guys. The end is near. Morning, Nate. I told my wife that if Trump was elected president, he would want his head carved on Mount Rushmore. He actually did make the comment. He did make the comment that they should put him on Mount Rushmore. He did. It's fucking psychotic. He actually thinks he's that great of a person. Hey, let me clean my dog's ear really fast. Hey, buddy, is your ear bothering you? Come here, you. Let me see here. Let's clean that out. There you go. Look at all that. Want to do a little more? A little bit more? Yeah, is that good? You get it? Look at all of that. Oh, boy. I should always show him the Q-tip. I'm like, look what just came out of your ear. It's like to give him some kind of satisfaction. Like, that came out of my ear. Good. Thank you. Yeah. Anyway, this is probably one of the most important topics I've ever covered on this show. And it's not because this lawsuit is going to go through, because it's not. It's because Donald Trump has just put a giant spotlight on shadow banning. And now everybody's going to hear about it. And everybody's going to realize that, hey, maybe that's why I used to get a lot more attention on my social media site, and now nobody ever sees my posts anymore. You know, if we could do a class action lawsuit against the social media sites and have them turn off shadow banning, well, I've got some points to make, but I want to bring up a video first. So give me a second here. Okay. I'll bring up my Twitter. No, I think I'll go to YouTube first because I forgot to, we want to start with the secular talk video, and I forgot to whoa, Crystal and Sagar says there's proof that undercover cops were present on January 6th. I kind of want to see that. FBI informants. I thought Kyle Klinsky would just pop right up, you know? Isn't that funny? Secular talk. The girls are looking good. They're not girls, bro. They're plants, okay? If I had a girl here, I wouldn't be here talking to you. I'd be over there fucking her on the couch right now. I wish they were girls. I wish there were 6 girls out there waiting for me. And, hey, man, no offense. I know everybody calls them that, but you shouldn't do that to women, man. Women aren't something that you water and then you go down and you cut down and you smoke. It's just not fair to women to refer to plants as girls. They're not. They're not girls. They're plants. Just so you know, bro. And I don't accept that kind of language in here, you know. Thank you, Engisner. I've got too much respect for women to boil them down to a fucking plant, you know, that I'm going to kill and smoke. I'll be back later when I have Wi-Fi. My service is fucking garbage. Enoch, let me know if there's something I can do about that Wi-Fi situation. Let me know why your Wi-Fi is so bad. I want you here. All right, so let me know if there's something I can do to help you. Tell me if there's another service. Tell me why your Wi-Fi always goes down. Let me know, bro. Are you in a bad area? Or do you have access but you can't afford it? Let me know. I will fucking buy you service, bro. Just let me know. I hate this shit, man. I hate the fact that my audience can't watch this show when they want to. It's bad enough that people don't show up sometimes when they can. But when you want to see it and you can't, that's what really gets me. Thank you, Dusty Scarlet. Yes, they're plants. Teresa, you're welcome, honey. I love women. I love women. And the thing is anytime someone is referring to plants that way, and for the most part, unless they're super old school grower, because that's an old school thing, they're trying to talk like they're badass. How are the girls doing, bro? Oh, you trying to talk like you're some big time fucking master grower, dude? Is that how you think master growers talk? How are the ladies? Yo, how are them bitches doing out there? Oh, that's nice. Oh, you call your plants bitches. That's really nice. That's really respectful. Who's your fucking service and how is the service? And let me know. And let me know if there's somebody better. And if I can help you get it, I will help you fucking get it, Enoch. I have no problem with this, bro. I miss you on this fucking show. And if your connection is the problem, let me know. You know, if you're running out of goddamn data at the end of every month, let me know and I'll buy that fucking data for you if you can buy it. Let me know. We may have lost him. I don't know. We may have lost him due to his shitty connection. It's okay. Fuck it. Yo, Mr. Truth Seeker 1776, what's up? Kyle Klinsky with his orange fucking face. He's so funny looking. He looks like, I don't know if it's the lighting or what, man. He's got the worst fucking skin tone. Dude, Kyle Klinsky has the worst skin tone, I swear. I mean, I have like a rosy, almost like a pinkish. He's fucking orange, man. The guy's a goddamn Oompa Loompa. I don't know what the fuck is up with him. I do not think that is a spray tan. I think his skin turns orange when he goes in the sun. I feel bad for him, but it's funny.
So President Trump, former President Trump, is suing Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter for censorship. Let me walk you through this here. This is an NPR article. I'll tell you if it's likely to succeed or not based on the legal argument. So they say former...
Enoch, did you leave? Enoch, did you leave when you said you were leaving? Enoch!
President Donald Trump is suing Facebook, Twitter, and Google's YouTube over their suspensions of his account after a mob of his supporters attacked the U.S. Capitol in January. Trump filed a class action complaint in federal court in Florida, alleging the tech giants are censoring him and other conservatives, a long-running complaint on the right for which...
Kyle makes a great point here later in this video, and I've already watched this video. He says, conservatives aren't the only ones being shadow banned. All right, I am not a conservative, he says, and I'm being shadow banned. I'm not a conservative either, and I've been dealing with this shit for fucking years, since 2013, late 2012, 2013. Okay, I've known about this for years. I've being as observant as I am, I watch the stats and I watch the lines and I see the amounts of people and I my mind remembers it, or I can go back and look, and there's just too much fucking evidence that it was happening. Why the fuck is stupid ass Donald Trump only saying that they're muzzling conservatives? That is so fucking close-minded and ignorant of that stupid fucking orange Oompa Loompa monkey douche-tard. It is so stupid to not say they're banning everybody. Why are you saying the right? You're trying to appeal to the big industry social media sites, and you're only gonna say that they're only muzzling the right. This is how stupid Donald Trump is. How fucking stupid he is, right? Are you this fucking dumb? If you want to gain support and there's other people that are being affected by your problem, you include them, you douchebag, you exclusive motherfucker. You've always been discriminating against people. Now you're discriminating against Kyle and me because we're not on the right. Hey man, we've been getting banned from social media when you were still fucking putting articles in the goddamn newspaper to have black men hung. You douchebag, fuck off.
Right, for which there is little evidence and that the companies deny. All right, so let me pause there. It's not that there's little evidence of conservatives getting deplatformed or censored.
Here you go.
It's that there's little evidence that it's exclusively conservatives.
See?
And we've been over this a million times.
Now,
if you watch this show, you already know.
Full disclosure, I've watched this show for a long time. Full disclosure, I've already seen this video. I'm not watching this for the first time.
But for example, on Twitter, after they banned some far-right accounts, they soon thereafter banned Antifa accounts. And if the right was genuinely concerned about free speech objectively and the principle of it, they also would have objected to that big Antifa accounts getting banned, and they didn't. I didn't hear anything on that front. There were also many lefty accounts banned under the guise of they're doing Russian propaganda, even though they weren't. When you look at Reddit, which granted is not in this lawsuit, but it still illustrates the point, they banned...
To have a tax professional join us on the line, press 2.
Wait time. Calls recorded for quality assurance.
It looks like I got disconnected. Enoch. It's Boost Mobile. They fucking suck. I've never had a cap on my data, but started to put a data cap. 35 gigs. Unfucking real. I will be switching soon. Dude, let me know if you need assistance with that. So I pressed 2 to get a fucking tax professional on the phone. And they just disconnect the call. Isn't that funny? What a stupid bunch of morons. I mean, it's just like spam calling. It doesn't even lead you anywhere. It's hilarious. I was going to fucking shred somebody. I was in the mood. I haven't even smoked yet, and I'm feeling crazy. 35 gigabytes? Oh my God, dude, I'm at 100. But then again, I am streaming 3 times a day. Gotta play the political card, says the end is near. Enoch, that's weird. I have Boost and they have mine at 60 gigs. You guys should talk. Hey, Nay, I was trying to watch the live show on Facebook, but it gave me an error message. I tweeted the message out to you. Doc, okay. Yes, bro, they don't even give me an option for more gigs. Is anybody able to see on Facebook? Teresa's over on Facebook. Teresa, are you still on Facebook? And is anybody else on Facebook? It says I'm broadcasting to all of my Facebook channels. Andrew, yes, bro, they don't even give me an option for more gigs. Right. Enoch, if you got to Walmart, they offer just data cards or call customer service. That's what I had to do. Andrew Smith. Teresa, I'm here. Anybody else? Nick Brown is on Facebook. Metro is $60. Unlimited data. Whoever comes up with the best deal, I will promote like a motherfucker on this show for unlimited data. Okay, bro, I'll look into that. Yeah, and Enoch, if you need help at all, and if you can't secure this, let me know, bro. All right, let me know. You can always reach out to me on my email, naysgardenshow@gmail.com, okay? naysgardenshow@gmail.com. I'm going to back this up because I got distracted by that phone call.
Thereafter banned Antifa accounts. And if the right was genuinely concerned about free speech objectively and the principle of it, they also would have objected to the big Antifa accounts getting banned. And they didn't. I didn't hear anything.
Now, you know what I would normally do for Kyle at this moment? I would stop. I'd pause the video. I'd go down under his comment section. I'd say, hey, Kyle, man, the sound in that room is really echoey. You might want to put up some, like a couch or some material, a carpet on the floor. You could put something soft on, like hang some towels on the walls even to cut down on that echo and make your sound fucking perfect, right? But Kyle won't ever respond to a fucking thing that I've ever put on any of his fucking, uploads ever. So I just stopped trying to reach out to him. You know, it's amazing how if you listen to some people, you could really benefit. Like, imagine if Enoch could really benefit from somebody helping him out with this internet thing, and he was just ignoring me or he had the volume off and he wasn't hearing me that I was trying to talk to him about it. That's what this motherfucker does. He just fucking ignores people, you know, and he has to deal with it. And hey, you know what I say? I say, oh, well, you don't want to listen to me? Well, fuck off. Have an echoey goddamn video.
Anything on that front. There were also many lefty accounts banned under the guise of they're doing Russian propaganda, even though they weren't. When you look at Reddit, which granted is not in this lawsuit, but it still illustrates the point, they banned the Donald Reddit, but then they also banned the Chapo Trap House Reddit. So I can go on and on here. There are countless examples of...
No! Andrew, you don't email me questions about your plants, you fucking dumbass. I'm here! You got a question? There's 20 other people here that want to know the answer, bro. What, are you going to hoard the information I give you? What, do you think you're special? Bro, this is a show. It's all about growing, man. If you have a grow question, here I am. Here I am. I'm giving you the guy from Coin Bureau look. Here I am looking at you sideways and cocked. I cocked my head. Oh, Coin Bureau. Oh, I'm right here, bro. You think I want to spend my fucking time when I'm not sitting here talking to you, answering your goddamn emails? What do you think I do with my life? Sit in front of a computer all day, Andrew? It's beautiful outside, man. You should get out a little bit. Get out in that garden, man, and grow a little bit. It sounds like he's talking in a fucking shower, bro, at the YMCA.
The left getting deplatformed, just like the right is getting deplatformed. So the lawsuit is just misstating the evidence. So on that alone, they're already kind of on shaky ground. So let's continue. The suit calls for...
So he does really good analysis because he's just picking the lawsuit apart, and he determines at the end of this that this lawsuit isn't going to go anywhere, which is funny because Jeffrey fucking Toobin on CNN did a legal analysis of it, and I like Jeffrey Toobin. I don't care if he jacks off. I mean, hey, man, some people jack off. That's their thing. And he just got caught doing it. Ugh. But I still like his legal analysis, and he does a really good job on CNN, and he says, this lawsuit ain't going to do shit. He's like, this lawsuit, you can't sue for First Amendment against a corporation. He says a lawsuit against First Amendment can only be done against the goddamn government.
The suits call for the court, quote, to order an immediate halt to social media companies' illegal, shameful censorship.
I know, Andrew. I know. Just ask me the question here. Just ask me the question here. You don't owe me an apology. It was a good question. Can I email you questions about my plants? My answer is no. And I answered you in a funny, passionate way to make people laugh. And so that when I come back and watch the show, if I ever do, I will see that and I will laugh too. I will laugh and I will laugh and I will laugh at that. And if you have a question, I'm here for you, bro, 3 times a day, every fucking day, live. And I want to share grow information with other people. And I don't think we should be fucking speaking privately about your fucking plans.
Of the American people. Trump said at a news conference at his golf club in Bedminster, New Jersey, we're demanding...
I'm sorry, I don't know who Dave Ellefson is. I'm sorry, buddy.
An end
so that
to
just
shadow
went...
banning.
Oh!
A stop.
Can I just guess? Did Dave Ellefson get caught jacking off or something?
To silencing and stop
hey, everybody! Doc will be right back. He's going tubing. Call him that. Hey, I'm going to go tube a little bit. I'll be right back.
And canceling that you know so well. Okay, again, so let me pause here for a second. I'm going to get to
Let's
what
get high.
he could have done on this front while he was president that he didn't do, but let's flesh this out. So one of the things...
By the way, did I tell you guys I'm down to 175? I've lost more than 10 pounds. Remember, I believe I was 186 or 187. No. I was 186, and now I am 175, guys. I have lost 10 fucking pounds of belly fat. I'll say it again. I've lost 10 fucking pounds of belly fat. And you know how I know it's belly fat? Because my face isn't getting any thinner. My arms all look the same. My legs are still the same. My butt's still the same. But my belly is shrinking. Oh, Megadeth's ex-bass player? I didn't know about this. Smiled. Too, kind of felt stupid. Well, ask me your stupid fucking question, Andrew.
He says here is shadow banning. Now, I've made the argument that my YouTube channel, I think we're classified as borderline content.
Look, Kyle gets this right. I've been watching Kyle for a long time, and one thing that I do from time to time is I will pull up a podcaster's videos, and I will look at the numbers on every video, and I will try to determine at what point they got shadow banned and what they did in that last video that resulted in the shadow ban. I do that all the time. I'm like, oh, that's where you got fucking caught, bro. Right there. You had 10,000 fucking views on Monday, and on Tuesday, you had 35. That fucking happened to me. It happened to Poke a Lot of Smot, Chris Chronic. It happened to this guy right here. It's happened to a lot of podcasters. It happened to Graham Elwood. It happened to Ronnie Placone. They tried to do it to Jimmy Dore, and Jimmy Dore told them to go fuck themselves, and he just blew up. They can't stop Jimmy Dore. He's like, fuck you. Don't promote me. I'm fucking huge now. I'm bigger than Harlem, kid. Fuck you. I'm wower than Harlem. Fuck you.
Which means we don't get spread to as many new people in the algorithm. The recommendeds don't come up for new people very often when it comes to secular talk. That would be a form of shadow banning. Now, to be fair, YouTube swears up and down to me, no, that's not the case. You're not listed as borderline content. I mean, I've seen an 88% drop in new sub growth, and the output and the content is exactly the same.
Do you hear that? He's seen an 88% drop in subscription growth. Look, he was doing fine before fucking Donald Trump ever became president. He's going to mention, well, that's because it's after the election and blah, blah, blah. But no, Kyle. Be connect. I'm here to tell you. They shadow banned you, bro. And if you gave a fuck about me, I would have been fucking helping you years ago to fucking get around this shit. I warned you years ago. I begged you to just fucking read one of my fucking things that I was sending you on Twitter or a thing on YouTube. You probably blocked me for telling you to stop using the racist word marijuana. And this is where you end up, Kyle. Now you're getting subverted. And congratulations on reaching 1 million subscribers on YouTube. If this keeps going, you're not going to get many more than that. And none of them are going to get notified when you put up content. Why? Because you ignored me. Seriously. Because people like this ignored me back in 2013 when I was screaming out to the big podcasters back then. Like, help me, man. If you could just fucking help me. I tell you, there's a problem. I don't know what it is, but if you could just fucking respond to me or let me know so I could fucking tell you what's going on, we could talk about this because it's going to eventually happen to you. And if we nip this in the bud now, we could stop it from ever happening. 2013. Go back and look at my old videos where I used to fucking shout this motherfucker out. David Pakman, the Young Turks, and all the other, Tim Black, all the other podcasters that I used to watch. And I used to say, hey, man, you guys, there's this thing going on, man. I used to be big like y'all. And now I've done a few things, you know, I've said a few words, I've pissed off the wrong people, and I am hidden. I said, you guys are going to have to be careful because it's going to happen to you too. La 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 la. We do not listen to the cannabis man that says the cunt word. No, we do not listen to the man that curses. No, 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 you once said a bad thing about me. No, 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 no. You told me I cannot say the marijuana word. You called me a racist. Oh, you called me out on my bullshit once. Oh, I'm not going to talk. I'm going to ignore you. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Fuck you.
Some of that, I'm sure, is because we're...
So understand this. While I support him, and I support all these people, I'm still getting so much satisfaction out of this time in my life, watching all of the people that I reached out to and begged to listen to me, to warn them that this was coming, way before Adpocalypse in 2017. 5 years before Adpocalypse, I was reaching out to these motherfuckers. And when Adpocalypse came, I laughed and I laughed. I said, I told you so. And then they got past that. And now this has happened. The shadow banning fucking virus, whatever you want to call it. And once again, I fucking told all of you. I told you again and again and again and again and again and again, over and over and over. And you chose to ignore me because I used to tweet the videos at you. I tweeted tweets at you. I fucking would write posts to you on your YouTube videos. All of it went ignored. Let me tell you something, man. When somebody's reaching out to you and they're saying, hey, man, I got a warning for you. I just want you to listen to me for a minute, blah, blah, blah. And they keep trying to reach you and they keep trying to tell you, and you're ignoring them and you're ignoring them and you're ignoring them and you're ignoring them. Then once you get what they were warning you about, don't expect them to fucking come back and support you. You fucking ignored me, bro. You fucking ignored me for years. You still ignore me. You know how many videos I've done on Kyle Kalinske with his name in the title and his picture right there on the thumbnail? He's never come by to say a goddamn fucking word to me, ever. Not a single word of acknowledgement, nothing. Hey, man, that's okay. But when I pointed out the fact that I was being shadow banned and I wanted to talk to him about it because it was going to happen to him and he fucking ignored that, that's where I drew the fucking line. I go, oh, you're a cocksucker. Fuck you. You and everyone else that's fucking ignored me. I'm an entertainer, man. If you can't separate the fact that this is a fucking character that I'm playing on the goddamn internet, you think I'm going to have a phone conversation with you and start screaming with you on the phone, Kyle? Are you fucking kidding me? It's a character. I'm really good. Okay, I'm an actor. My sister always said I missed my calling. I should have gone into Hollywood. I should have gone into theatrics or something. And she said, because you're so fucking good at it. You know, I'm so good at it that this motherfucker literally thinks I'm going to rip his fucking goddamn throat out if he ever talks to me. He's scared of me. They're scared to fucking talk to me, man. I can't even do this. I can't even play the character, man. It's like I got to just sit here and be nice. Be nice. Maybe they'll talk to me if I'm nice. You know, maybe if I'm quiet. Maybe people will be nice to me and they'll talk to me and blah, 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 and they'll listen to me. I'm not going to be that guy. I'm not. I'm going to yell. I'm going to scream. And when shit pisses me off and makes me angry, I'm going to yell about it. You know, and if that's the reason why he won't talk to me, fine. Whatever, dude. Whatever. It just makes this moment so much sweeter for me.
For post-election, but maybe you'd expect a 20% drop.
Not a copy.
Not an 88% drop. So I would say that we are a version of shadow banned. Now, would Trump's lawsuit
definitely
make it so that secular talk gets unshadow banned?
Yeah, it would. It would. It would go all the way across the board. He wants to end shadow banning, and yeah, he's talking about conservatives. Here we go, says the editor. Steve Nave's playing a character. Steve, smoke some ganja, homie. You seem tense. Steve Cutler live. Yeah, Steve, you don't know me, bro. You don't know me. Should we play him the fuck you video? Let me know. Hey, Turtle No Neck, what's up? Welcome back.
Certainly not. Again, there's a bunch of things that are misstated. they're not only doing this stuff to conservatives. And then the bigger question is whether or not we like it. And obviously, I don't like that stuff, but it doesn't matter. The question is, are they legally allowed to do it? Are the companies legally allowed to do it under the current existing laws if they want to?
I'm so glad I didn't hit that.
The answer to that is yes, but let's continue. The long shot legal actions are the latest escalation in Trump's long-running feud with the social media platforms that he used prolifically before and during his presidency. After the January 6th insurrection at the U.S. Capitol, the companies kicked Trump off their platforms, citing the...
If you guys are sharing this video, or if you're watching this video, if you love me or if you hate me, I don't care. I'm just glad you're here. I love you guys regardless. This first dab of the day, brought to you by Nays Garden, is for all of you. Thank you.
The risk of further violence. Twitter banned Trump permanently. Facebook has suspended him for 2 years, and then they're going to revisit it after that. And YouTube has said it will let him return only, quote, when we determine that the risk of violence has decreased. So, again, let me just reflect on this for a second. As I argued to you guys at the time, do I think Trump crossed the line with the stuff he said around January 6th? I do. I do think he crossed the line with a lot of the stuff he said. However, I do think that legally speaking, he gave himself enough plausible deniability to wiggle out of, any
Bullshit.
sort of accountability.
You're wrong.
Because he spoke out of both sides of his mouth. So on the one hand, he was...
Hey. If I tell a mob of people to go beat someone to death, and then I say, no, don't go beat them to death. I was joking. And then they go beat that person to death, I'm responsible. Okay? That was insightful rhetoric. Okay? And my rhetoric resulted in someone getting killed. Okay? That is exactly what Donald Trump said and did. It doesn't matter if he fucking said, oh, everybody go home now, everybody go home. It doesn't matter if he says, oh, we love our boys in blue, like he's going to say. It doesn't matter. He's wrong about this. Kyle gets this wrong. And you know what, Kyle? You don't like being called out on your bullshit when you're wrong? Man, you should fucking have me on your goddamn show every goddamn day. I will keep you fucking honest, man. You have a problem with that. It's not a big one, but you've got a huge blind spot. You've got a huge blind spot, and it's me, bro. I'm your fucking blind spot.
Egging on the people to do a riot and to do the diet coup/insurrection. But then, on the other hand, he was...
Diet? Stop calling it that, bro. It's not fucking diet anything, bro. It was a goddamn insurrection. People died. Try telling the families of the 5 people who got murdered at that goddamn thing that it was a diet coup, you jack fuck, Kyle. Some of your rhetoric sucks my dick.
Also saying, we treat our officers beautifully.
Yeah, okay. You're doing good. We love our boys in blue. He's good. Yeah, he's doing good. He's getting it. He's all right. He's doing more of a Donald Trump now instead of trying to imitate Stephen Colbert. He's doing better. I like it. He's doing better with his Donald Trump. I'm going to work on my Trump because, we're going to get 4 more years of that motherfucker. So I'm going to have to be able to impersonate that motherfucker way better. I'm going to be all over that shit. I'm probably going to find my red hat, too.
So you can
it's around here somewhere.
Was getting through to all these people.
My Bubba Gump shrimp. My Bubba Gump shrimp factory shirt. Hat. It's red. That's what I wear when I'm doing MAGA. Think we are all smoking with Nay when he smokes. It's so cool to think we're all smoking with Nay when he smokes. Dude, I don't know why. I'm putting that on Twitter. That is fucking awesome. Not that anybody will ever see it because I can't get you people to retweet some shit. You guys need to retweet all of my shit. You guys have to be like, man, like cultists. You guys got to be like devoted, like Christians are with Jesus. You've got to be devoted. Go to Twitter and go retweet that shit. All of it. And do it blindly, like a Christian would. Throw stones at the gays, so to speak. Like the Bible instructs the Christians to do. Go on Twitter and retweet my stuff. Okay? Don't throw stones at the gays. Don't do that. It's fucking stupid. The Bible is stupid. It says stupid shit. God, that is so fucking stupid. You motherfuckers that subscribe to that shit, you guys are fucking monsters. You call yourself Christians? Holy shit. That shit needs to be deleted out of that fucking shit book. And you guys sit there and worship it and rise and sing songs to it and whatever the fuck you do. What channel am I trying to get on here? Let's do Nay's Garden. Nay's Garden. This is so weird how this is not coming up on screen. It's called Conspiracy in a Court of Law. Ha 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 gag. That's so fucking fun. Ha 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 ha. I don't need a Bible to believe in God. No, Turtle No Neck. It's just the fact that you believe that there's a being in the sky that created all of this. That's all you're saying, right? Tom Range. Hey, Tom, I'm sorry, man. Everybody on the live stream calls me Nay, bro. N-A White. How's it going, brother? Basic instructions before leaving Earth. Do you think this is a simulation? Dude, you're one of those, you believe in a God and you're one of those simulation people? I just can't believe, come on, Turtle No Neck, you definitely need to be watching the show. Okay, there's no simulation and there's no God. Don't ask me again, okay? You've been lied to. Okay? Okay, Turtle No Neck, you're watching the right guy. Well, don't ask me stupid fucking questions. If you know we're not living in a simulation, then don't ask me. Okay? I'm just gonna put you on credit. And I want you to put me on credit as to putting me as like, yeah, Nay's one of those people who's smart enough to know the earth isn't flat level. Okay? Put me at that level. Thanks, Tom. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you. Thank you. It's good to see you. No. Like he said, I gave him the chance. I didn't jump on his shit. And he said he's not a simulation person. You see that, Enoch? You see my attitude, huh? Huh? You see that? Turtle No Neck, normally I would have just blocked you and called you a cunt. Then I would have called your whole family a cunt. I would have called your children cunts. And I would have called your ancestors cunts, probably. And I would have blocked you. That would have been like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. I probably would have done that. If you had just asked me that question. I want you guys to know, I am growing. I am making a concerted effort to be more open with people and to be more accepting of our disagreements. Even though I know I'm right, I have to be accepting of your opinion, even though I know I'm right. You know, I know there's no simulation, but I have to be accepting of the fact that someone thinks that there might be or wants to hear my opinion on it. Why you'd want to hear my opinion on something you know doesn't exist? It's almost like you want to hear how stupid I am. It's like, hey man, I know there's no simulation. Let's see if he believes in that shit and let's see how dumb Nay is. It's almost like that. Like you're testing me to see how stupid I am. Is that what you're doing? Are you testing me, motherfucker? Are you testing me to see how stupid I am? Is that what you're doing? Because I'm okay with that if you are. I don't think anybody's ever come in here and tried this shit before. Usually people just believe in that shit. Yeah, but you believe in a God. No. You believe in a God, bro. You said you don't have any desire to convince people of God's existence. But, bro, you believe in a story that somebody fucking told you with no evidence whatsoever, and you are accepting it as fact. That's a problem. Tony says meth, not even once. Tony Johnson, correct. Never use meth. Never. Don't even try it. I would never even try it. I've seen what it does to some of my best friends. It's fucking horrible. It is a horrible fucking drug. Boy, oh boy, that shit is proof of no God. Because if there was a real God who really cared about the people that he created, he would have made sure to not create methamphetamine. Because it was too tempting, you know, for the Japanese to give it to their kamikaze soldiers, who they knew they were going to die anyway. They knew these guys were going to die. They were committed to suicide. So let's just go ahead and give them a drug that they can really enjoy, you know, and that will, while they're enjoying it, it'll also drive them in to do what they're doing even more. What kind of a God? Exactly, right? And that's not a proof. It's just a That would be so fucked up. You know, yeah, thanks, God. Thanks for the meth. And God's up there looking down on everybody going, you're supposed to all be taking the meth in tiny amounts so you'll get shit done. What are you doing? You're not supposed to be taking so much meth. Tiny amounts of it. Oh, what did I do? Why did I put the meth down there? I fucked up with the meth. I don't know. Is that what God would sound like? I don't know what I did. I fucked up with the meth. Maybe I shouldn't have put the meth down there. Look at the people that are going crazy. What did I do? It's Jackie Mason, Bernie Sanders meets Eddie Murphy's old man from the bar. In the bar, from the barber. I mean, you didn't ban me last night, so that showed patience. Well, don't try me. I'm not a very patient person, so don't try me. Don't test my patience. That's one thing I promise you this, Turtle No Neck. That's one thing you're not going to want to test. Trust me, I'm not as patient as you think I am. I'm trying really hard with you. I'm putting forth a lot of extra effort with you. Yeah, supposedly the UFO took Enoch up in a chariots of fire. Psh. All right, Enoch, very insulting of this troll, says Trinity Orca. I'm all caught up on your retweets, brother. What? My tweets and replies? Thank you. Good morning, Nate Dominic. You know I've got 5 channels, right? Doc, you know I've got 5 channels, right? Just making sure. Meth's making a comeback, says DC. No, it's not, bro. You just joined the trucking industry. It's always been there. A friend told me meth is the devil. A friend of mine on meth saw the devil in her backyard. Will swear up and down, was on an oak tree sitting there laughing at her on a tree branch in her backyard. Swear. Yeah, man, it's fucking crazy. Meth is fucking crazy. Nazis give it to their soldiers. Yeah, the Japanese gave it to their kamikaze pilots. That I knew for sure. God wouldn't let us make battery acid into a drug. Enoch, no God, no devil. Turtle, no neck. Lol. Dude, this is one of the first times in a long time I've ever got behind on the chat, guys. Thank you. This is amazing. That's methed up. I know, that's my saying, bro. That's methed up. Hey, man, don't be messing around, bro, okay? Nobody's trying to meth around here. My chef from school opened my eyes up about God. All stories. My chef from school opened my eyes up about God. All stories. Oh, Doc, really? People are responsible for everything that's happened. DC. Accountability avoided through religion. Orca. Turtleneck. Sashimi. I was a Christian, man. I was indoctrinated. Hey, man, I was Jewish, bro. I was Jewish. I was indoctrinated. Bro, Jews are even worse than Christians. You don't even realize. Let me tell you what Jews are taught. I don't think I've ever told you guys this. Jews are taught, yeah, there's a God. Of course there's a God. And the Christians believe in that God too, because, you know, God exists. And you know, the Christians came from Judaism, so they believe in that God too. But the Christians, in order to be special and to separate themselves from the Jews, they came up with this other story thousands of years later that God has a son. And then the Jews, they tell it to their children like that. And it's like they tell you this, and they like, it's whispered in restaurants and at the dinner table, and you know, when you're sitting around, whatever, just having chats, and or the child asks a question, and they make it sound as if their God is a lie that never existed. The Jesus God. And the whole Trinity thing is bullshit, they say. But of course, yeah, they share our common God. That is the hook. That's how Jews convince their children that they are not only worshiping the correct God, because it's the same one the Christians are worshiping, but they're somehow better than the Christians. Because some stupid fucking Christian moron that was writing in the Bible spread the diarrhea on the page that literally said Jews are God's chosen people. I guess that's in the fucking Bible. And so the Christians have to believe that shit. So it's like a joke to the Jews that the Christians worship the Jews. It's like a fucking joke. I've never told you guys that, but it's fucking true, and it's fucking sick. And you might not hear this from other Jews anywhere in the world because they're not going to fucking tell you about it. But I'm telling you, I keep it more real than anybody else on the internet. And if you can find anybody else telling you that fucking story right there, let me know. I want to talk to them. I'd like to have a conversation with that person. All right? Because that is one of the biggest, that lie, and this is a great one that all young Jewish children are taught by their parents. That all Arab children, as soon as they can speak, at the very earliest age, are taught to hate Jews. All of them. All Arabs are taught that. That's what my Jewish parents and my Jewish family taught me when I was a little kid. They taught me how to fucking hate. They taught me how to be a fucking racist. And if you think that my racism came from when I was 13 or 14 years old, like I thought whenever I first wrote my racism expose, my little paper on myself, I kind of exposed myself on the racism, I got it wrong. You know, that was my first, and I was so brainwashed by it that when I was writing it out, I don't even think I included that in the paper. But I see it today, man. It's clear as a fucking fresh fish tank, man, with just gravel on the bottom of it and everything settled at the bottom, and you're looking at how pretty it is before you put the fish in there. You're like, I almost don't even want to put fish in here because it's so fucking clean. That's how clear I see this message. That's how clear I see what they did to me when I was growing up. And it's disgusting, and it's despicable, and it's part of religion. Now, I don't know what you Christians, when you were little kids, were taught about the Jews, but it may have been something to the effect that, the Jews don't celebrate Christmas, and they don't believe in Santa Claus. Oh, your little Jewish friends, they don't believe in Santa Claus. They've got something different. It's called Hanukkah. And I wonder if anything ever negative was said about the fact that the Jews don't believe in Santa Claus or anything like that. I don't know. I'm not a Christian. I wasn't a little Christian kid. So I don't know what your parents told you. But on that side of it, on the Jewish side of it, that's what they're being told. And there's a lot of manipulation, and there's a lot of racism, a lot of hate. And it's being generated at the core level when we are fucking children. Now I'm going to turn this back on because I got to grab a water. I got Muppet mouth. Muppet. My mouth's a Muppet mouth. Cotton mouth is in my Muppet mouth. Bum, 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 bum. Boom, boom, bum, 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 bum.
To keep going, but he also, legally speaking, covered his ass enough where he also said, go home, it's enough at this point. So, I think that that's relevant, but of course the social media companies have had enough, and they were like, just ban him anyway, because even though he's sort of covering his ass and speaking out of both sides of his mouth, we know the real message that's being sent, so just ban him. Now, I don't agree with that, but, that was the argument that they effectively made. So, they continue here. In Tuesday's lawsuits, the former president accuses the companies of violating his First Amendment rights and behaving like state actors rather than private companies in putting restrictions on what people could post. So that's hilarious. Look at how Trump views it. Trump views it as, if you're censoring me, you're acting like a government. How dare you act like a government? But wait, governments are supposed to allow people freedom of speech. So he flipped it exactly backwards. He's saying that corporations don't have the right to regulate speech, but governments do. In reality, it's actually the exact opposite. Whether or not you want that to be the case, and whether or not I want that to be the case, is a separate question. But that's the way it works in the U.S. right now. The law is corporations can effectively regulate speech, and the government cannot, so he flipped it. He asked the court to order the companies to reinstate him and other members of the proposed class plaintiffs. He also wants the court to declare a federal law, Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act, unconstitutional. The 1996 law says online sites largely are not legally responsible for what their users post. While in office, in retaliation for Twitter's fact-checking of his tweets, Trump signed an executive order attempting to strip social media companies of Section 230 protection, and then President Biden revoked that order. So let me explain that, because this is where the conservatives are just dead wrong. They think that if you get rid of Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act, that if you get rid of that, that'll lead to these big social media companies doing less censorship and deplatforming. They are exactly wrong about that. If you revoke Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act, the opposite would happen. They would do more censorship. They would do more deplatforming.
And I'm going to make this really short and sweet. He makes perfect sense right here. What he's saying is this act does some controls, right? And if they pull those controls off, what these platforms will do is they'll try to protect themselves. So they will get stricter. If somebody puts something on their site that someone could result in somebody suing them, they're going to have to protect themselves against that. And the way you protect yourselves against that sort of thing is to stop it before it happens. It's filtering, monitoring, having, you type something out, it doesn't go directly up until it goes through a fucking, an algorithm. And that might not be instant. But Kyle is 100% correct. He kind of stretches this out a little bit.
Because right now, they're treated in a way that they're not responsible for the things that are posted on their platforms. Because it's just a medium. It's just a middleman. It's like a bathroom wall. You go post whatever you want, but they're not legally responsible for what's said. So that allows them to take a more hands-off approach if they so choose, and there's no liability. They can't get sued if somebody says something crazy or does something crazy as a result of something somebody says. They want to revoke that protection, which would make it so the companies are liable for what people post on their platforms. Now, if you do that, what all the platforms are going to do is ramp up the censorship and the deplatforming, because they're going to say, I'm not going to take any risk. If anything's even, a slight chance that I could be held liable for it. So if the content is just a little politically incorrect or a little questionable in terms of the effect it might have, ban it. Ban it. So they're dead wrong, because the intended effect would be the opposite of what they want. They think that if they take away the protections of the social media companies, that they'll somehow censor less. No, they'll censor much more. So they're just dead wrong about that.
That was a really good point. So this law is the law that Donald Trump wants removed. Okay, so he's explaining that if dumbass Donald Trump were to get this law removed, he's going to make it worse for everybody. We don't want that. We don't want these social media sites going full fucking Nazi censorship on our asses. So let me go back to the chat, because you guys are kicking ass. So let me read. Let's catch up, okay? I mean, like, people who you'd never think would take meth are now trying. It's crazy. I was a Christian, man. I was indoctrinated, says Doc. Catholics persecuted me, says says John. Enoch. My uncle says the same thing. Dude was on some hard drugs, son. Orchid says, meth, please. Dom says, on meth, you will see things and running your body down. That is the pass for me. Right, Dom? Right. Right. John C. Flaherty, Hashem. I think that means God, right? Hashem. I'm not. Yad Vashem? Oh, no, Hashem. I don't know. Doc. That's the hook, man. Doc, you're right. Damn, brother. Don't forget Ishmael. John C. Flaherty, Jr. Hey, what, man? You just trying to be smart? You join the conversation, dude, instead of saying dumb shit. Try that. That's crazy, man. Indoctrination runs deep. Andrew said, Nay, I remember your live shows when you were snapping on people during autoplay on YouTube, calling them trolls and snapping on them on autoplay. Snapping on people during autoplay on YouTube. I'm sorry, Andrew. I don't know what you're trying to say there. Dom, keeping it real. Thanks, Doc. Word up. Dom 3. Sean, it's a sick joke played on gullible morons who believe any one race or creed is superior. Basically, shit Hitler preached, same bullshit. The end is near. My cousin's seen God while on an 8-day bender on meth, and they had got him straight 10 years now. Wow, man. He saw God on meth. Dude, that is so scary because what if God tells him to do some fucked up shit? You know? Oh my fucking God, dude. Someone was suffering on Twitter looking for a God to worship, so I sent him your way. Looking for a God to worship? Holy shit. Yeah, send them to me. I'll straighten them out real quick. What's your outlook on Sumerians? I don't know anything about them, Andrew. Actually, the Christian community got their heads up Jew ass. They're definitely not anti-Jewish. Right? No, let me explain that, Turtle No Neck. They want to be nice to the Jews, and they want Israel to survive, right? Because it's supposed to result in the Jews being destroyed. And they're waiting for that to happen, Armageddon. So they're trying to help that along. It's kind of a fucked up symbiotic relationship, bro. It's kind of like something like a parasite, like the Christians are a parasite on the Jews, right? Until they can suck all the life out of them. It's almost like that. It's like, yeah, we love you. Stay alive as long as you can so we can keep sucking all your life out of you. You know? I don't know, man. It's along those lines. I think somebody could explain it way better than me that understood it like I do, though. But I think somebody could put it in better words than I do. They're definitely not anti-Jewish. This is interesting about Christians. I think Jews are fine, seem like smart people, and they have incredible discipline. Turtle No Neck. Turtle No Neck, you're about this close to getting banned from my live stream for your racist rhetoric. Just shut the fuck up, dude. But I saw through it as an early teen, got a Maxim Covfefe with my new Keurig compact. I was told by Christians who said they know what's up that Santa and Jesus are the same guy. Santa, Jesus, God. Later, it was told on Trailer Park Boys as a joke, and that's when I stopped believing as a kid. Dude, how old is fucking Trailer Park Boys? You were a kid watching Trailer Park Boys? What year was that? Smoking some... God, I was late on that fucking bandwagon, wasn't I? Smoking some Platinum Bubba. I got some Star Dog, Enoch. Censor one opinion. Really easy to take it for... My dad told me that all babies were born males and that God just pulled the peckers off the stupid ones. I know that's fucked up. Oh, he's talking about women? Oh, that's sexist as fuck, dude. God damn, what a sexist thing. Your father is a fucking monster, bro. Enoch, yummy Doc, sounds delicioso, bro. Doc, got me some Star Killer. I thought I saw a bird with a new bird flu at the... Bird flu? Oh, no. Enoch, Death Star is Fireflower. Censorship is wrong. The only exception is... Exception. I think you spelled exception wrong. I think it... Would it be ACC? Censorship is wrong. The only exception is crimes involving children. Maybe you're right, bro. Maybe it is EX. John, flour mixed with Star Killer. I don't know. My brain's confused. You remembered. Good morning. Hey, Karen. People have done some really awful things on meth. I know. Morning, Karen. Anyone that brings up the Sumerians are trying to bring up aliens. Oh. Really? Please, Nate, can I eat turtle meat? I'm thinking about it, Orca. I'm thinking about it. That was racist as fuck, man. I'm working on that homework assignment. Trailer Park Boys, turtle. What the fuck are you talking about? I literally just gave Jews a compliment. It's racist. Nobody fucking cares about your opinion on Jews, bro. Nobody wants to hear your fucking opinion about Jews. Okay? That's what the fuck I'm talking about. So, you better smarten the fuck up pretty quick. Because I will block you from the live stream, bro. You know, if I think you're fucking trolling, I mean, you've survived this long, and I give you credit for that. But Trendy Orca does not like you. And Billy Ballantyne, who was asking me about Sumerians? You should check it out, Nay. Maybe something you would enjoy. Cultures pre-religion? Oh, pre-religion? No, I would be interested in that, Andrew. Absolutely. I would totally be interested in that. Just this morning I was thinking, I was like, why didn't I ever become an archaeologist? Because I love digging shit up out of the ground and finding things, you know? I love, you know, because it's facts. Then you find something that's been buried for years, it's factual. It's something that's been, it's like, whatever it is, it's been there for a long time, and it's the evidence of time passing, you know? About how Muslims and Christians view Jews. I don't get what your problem is, man. Look, I was talking about how one religion is taught and another one is taught. Not your fucking personal opinion, you racist prick. I don't want your fucking opinion. I want to know what you were taught as a child, you dumbass. I'm not using it as a weapon. You're being fucking racist, bro. You're talking like a fucking racist, dude. Shut the fuck up. All right? I'm going to give you one more chance. Don't fucking argue with me. Everyone in the chat right now wants you gone because they're sick of me giving you attention. And I don't blame them because I feel like they're all my friends. And I want to give attention to all of my friends. And at this moment, not you. All right? So maybe shut the fuck up for a little bit and enjoy the show. And watch how we conduct things around here. Because you're being an asshole. You know, if Trendy Orca doesn't like you, he's a real good judge of character, man. That's one thing I love about my fucking Orca friend. He'll sniff you out, man. He's got sonar abilities. I'm not racist. Oh, you mean just like Homie wasn't fucking being sexist yesterday when he was saying women with large butts are idiots? Like that guy wasn't being sexist, right? Dude, when you group an entire... Let me tell you something. I know plenty of moronic fucking Jews, dude. So you saying that, oh yeah, I find Jews to be very intelligent. It's racist, man. Do you not understand that? It's fucking racist. It's not a compliment. It's a racist statement. How do you not understand that? Yeah, compliments can be racist too. Hey, man, I think black people can run really fast, man. Not trying to be racist or anything, but it's kind of weird how when I watch the Olympics, it always seems to be the black people that come out in first place. Not being racist, though. I'm just complimenting the black people. Do you see it now, you stupid fuck? Let me know if you understand it now. Oh, wait. I'm just going to let that resonate. I'm going to let that marinate. Oh, no, I'll clarify that. He says, so anything you say about any race, including compliments, are racist? And then like a little sideways fuck stick you say makes sense. No. You want to have a legitimate conversation with me? Get rid of your little fucking attitude, you fucking cunt. Okay, and I'll explain it to you. So anything you say about any race, including compliments, are racist? No. When you group an entire race of people and you make a statement about them, that's racist. Do you understand now? It doesn't matter what the context is. It's the grouping of them together and claiming that they're all this or they're all that. You can absolutely make comments about certain races of people. And you can be complimentary about it. But when you are trying to be racist, it's fucking obvious. That was a completely racist grouping a whole lump of people. Oh yeah, the Jews are really intelligent. And if you can't see it, man, you're not worth reaching. You're not worth reaching out to. And I'm spending way too much time on you on my live stream. And if my ex-girlfriend, Donna, was in the kitchen right now, she'd be going like this, like she used to with me. She'd be looking at me just going like that. So, you know what, Turtle? I'm going to just pretend that she did that just now. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do it. Thank you, Trendy Orca. I totally agree with you. The guy's a fucking troll cunt. Why does this guy keep throwing out the racist shit? It seemed to be a pattern that I picked up on, huh? I don't mind someone that's racist, but if they're not going to sit there and listen to reason as to why they are racist, I'm not going to talk to them. You know, I've had racists come in here before and say this or say that and not really understand that they were being racist. Let me explain it to them. And then they're like, oh, man, I never looked at it that way. When I said to him the racist statement about black people being fast and winning in the Olympics, and it didn't click in his mind, I was done with him. You know, I'm like, if you can't see that for what it is, bro. It's not about being PC. It's about respecting human beings. You know, we were not born into our races by our choice. None of us chose the race that we are. So let's stop fucking blaming each other for it or complimenting each other on it. You know? You not being racist, turtleneck is like saying Trump isn't a narcissist. You may not mean to, but it's just who you are. Expand your mind, bro. Andrew Smith, right? He's trying to sneak it past you like he thinks we're all stupid. No, listen, guys. I don't mind when some of the trolls come in and try to troll me, even if it's the same person over and over and over again. I will sit here and I will entertain them if I believe there's conversation that is redeemable. That, what we just went through, totally redeemable. In fact, if any of you guys could grab that little segment where I ended with the whole Olympics statement to him and put that on Twitter, I would be greatly appreciative. And someone like Kyle Kalinske or Jimmy Dore would see that and be like, man, that Trending A guy, he really does make sense. But you guys would have, because these things get buried in these shows, you guys would have to take your, you know, I suggest you go to YouTube because you can rewind a live stream on YouTube. Go to YouTube, get your cell phone, right, and play the video back from where I had that interaction with him and make a 4-minute and 19-second video or whatever. A 30-second video would even be better. You know, 1-minute video, 1.5 minute, and go put it on Twitter and then tweet it at Kyle, tweet it at Jimmy, tweet it at Miserable Lib, which I never see any of you do. Tweet it at Ronnie Placone, tweet it at Graham Elwood, tweet it at Lee Camp, tweet it at me, all 5 of my channels, tweet it at all of the trendies, everybody. You know, just giving you guys some ideas. You guys could do that if you really wanted to support me. Let me tell you something. I've seen clips of other podcasters that their audience members put up on Twitter, and that's how I find them. You know, that's how I found Jackson Hinkle, the dive with Jackson Hinkle, because somebody posted a sample of one of his things on Twitter. And I clicked on the link, and it took me to his YouTube channel. And lo and behold, he's on the show doing an interview within 2 days of me even discovering the guy. Or it was more than 2 days, right? How long was I watching him for? Maybe a little under a week. Down and buy some triage oil of mine, all up on my teeth. Yes, my teeth. As a child, I learned to hate the foreigners because you didn't like the way they smelled because of the food they ate. Hey, Raymond, yeah, that's fair. I mean, look, there were certain people that ate certain foods that I found offensive too. And, you know, I know exactly what you mean. There's also some people, and it doesn't matter what their race or where they're from or anything, that will eat food, and it just kind of comes out of them, whether it's coming from their pores, seriously, or coming from their mouth and their breath, and their nasal passages, or who knows, coming out their ears. You know, I know there are people with that problem, but that was one thing I learned as I grew up, was I've smelled bad smells on every race of every person. So, right, Raymond? I could go eat a garlic pizza right now with onions and cumin on it, and then go in your face. And you'd be like, oh my God, hey man, I'm a white guy. Pretty stinky, huh? Anybody can smell bad, right, bro? That's something I've learned growing up. It's growth, bro. You know? Let's move on, shall we?
In addition to the companies, the lawsuits name Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg, so he's personally suing him, Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey, and Google CEO Sundar Pichai as defendants, although not YouTube CEO Susan Wojcicki. I don't even know how to say her name, and I'm a YouTuber. That might be because he reached out to them behind the scenes, and they were like, "We're going to eventually reinstate you," so they got away with it. But doesn't really matter because the lawsuit's not going to succeed. Spokespeople for Facebook and Twitter declined to comment. YouTube and Google did not respond to a request for comment. Legal experts say Trump's lawsuits are likely doomed from the start because of the strong protections that both Section 230 and the First Amendment give the companies to decide what speech they allow. So that's interesting. I already explained Section 230 to you, but now let me explain the current interpretation of the court system of the First Amendment. They don't say you have a First Amendment right to post on Twitter and Facebook and all the social media outlets. What they say is, sorry for the beeping in the background, what they say is Twitter and Facebook and YouTube and all the social media outlets, they have a First Amendment right to decide what they allow and don't allow on their own platform. Now, I don't agree with that interpretation because that's like quite literally corporate personhood. You're giving First Amendment rights to legal fictions, legal entities called corporations, which are amoral. So I don't agree with that interpretation of the Constitution, but that is the current dominant interpretation of the Constitution. So in other words, Trump's suing with an exact wrong interpretation of the First Amendment. His interpretation is, I have free speech rights, and everybody has free speech rights to say whatever they want on these social media platforms. And right now, the court system says, no, actually, it's Twitter and Facebook and YouTube and the social media outlets that have a First Amendment right to determine whether or not they want to allow you to speak and whether or not they want to ban you. So the lawsuit's definitely doomed to failure. I think Trump knows that. This is just an attempt to stay in the news and stay relevant and to say if/when he runs in 2024, I tried to take on...
Yes, but at the same time, thank you, Donald Trump, because something like this really helps all of us that are using social media. So Donald Trump is finally doing something that I can agree with, and I can say thank you, Donald Trump, for maybe one of the very few times. I know I've probably done it before, once or twice. I'm reading all your chats. Pretty stinky for a white guy. That's the word I've been searching for. Thanks. Indoctrination? Yeah, we talk about indoctrination on here all the time. I think it's the collusion between big tech and government that will hold this case together. No, Tony, it won't. It won't. We're going through another video, Tony. Stick around, please. We're going to watch another video with analysis, legal analysis from our friend Jeffrey Toobin. I got two fucking mics right. It's fucking funny. Jeffrey Toobin coming out live on CNN. I don't think I'm ever going to do that again.
The big social media companies.
Motherfucker, if any of you fucking take that clip and put it in a meme, I'm going to fucking hunt you down and kill you.
And their shadow banning. And, the establishment struck back and fought back against me. So that's exactly what's going on here, just so everybody understands. It is...
He's tubing it.
He's going to get his ass kicked. But here's the final point. What he should have done, and this shows...
Hey, Dan, what's up, buddy?
All talk, no action. Classic Trump. What he should have done is, when you were president, look for a way to either break up the big social media companies, which you have the authority to do under current existing antitrust laws,
Killer whale,
anti-monopoly laws. You could have broken up Facebook, Twitter, Google. You could have broken them up.
See, people were screaming for Donald Trump to do this, and he didn't give a fuck. This is why Donald Trump was a horrible leader. We already talked about this. He could have done some presidenting. He could have listened to people and done some presidenting, and instead he was enriching himself and covering his own ass. And you can't really get much done for other people when you're really just focusing on yourself. He's such a narcissist. Andrew, don't leave. Don't leave. Don't leave.
He didn't do that. He didn't lift a finger to do that. Which shows you, again, he's all talk and no action. He's fraudulent. When he was president, he could have done something to try to impact this. That would have been one of the things. So try to break him up using current law, which you could have done, or try to do the thing that I favor, which is regulate the social media companies like they're public utilities. So in other words, you try to expand the protection of the First Amendment by declaring the big social media outlets the new public square. So that would make it so that you then have First Amendment protections when you're on the various large social media outlets. Now, I'm not a lawyer. I'm no legal expert. So how you do these things is a different question. I know he has the legal authority to break up these big companies.
Hey, that's great. When you speed it up, you don't hear the fucking echo anymore. Isn't that amazing? Oh, you took the clip? Fucker. Dude, something like that'll make me famous. That shit'll go all over the internet. People be like, look at this dude. Look at this crazy motherfucker. People be like, we want to see the dude with the fucking microphones.
To do the thing that I prefer, regulate them like public utilities, that's a separate question.
Hey, I was talking about Jeffrey Tubin. Leave me alone.
Do it with just his executive authority? Maybe, maybe not. Does it have to go through Congress? Maybe, maybe not. Will it be challenged in court? Probably. But he could have done something. He could have got the ball rolling. He could have tried to do these things. And if he did these things, then he could have gotten the outcome he wanted. Then he could have reduced, the social media banning and censorship and deplatforming, so on and so forth. So, don't feel bad for him because he had the ability to do something about this. And when he had that ability, he didn't do anything. And now he's doing a BS lawsuit that he probably knows is going to fail just to stay in the headlines. So it really is obnoxious because this actually is an important issue to me, obviously being that, I'm a YouTuber, and I love Twitter. And I do feel like the algorithm messes with us in a variety of different ways. And I would like to see an end to the shadow banning and the deplatforming and the, de-ranking in the algorithm.
Exactly. Me too. I want to see an end to the shadow banning. I want to see an end to the algorithm. I would love to see a new service like YouTube that I could move to where you all would come with me and where I would have full promotions on there. I would get full exposure and be able to proliferate, I love that word, throughout their network so that when someone like pulls up Trovo in the morning, boom, a suggestion for a Nay's Garden comes up and shows me doing bong hits. I'm like, oh my God, this guy's smoking bong rips. Yeah, I want to smoke with this guy. Let's do it. Had too much coffee or he's methed up. Yeah, right. The collusion includes emails between Zucker and Fauci that suppress the truth about ivermectin. Yeah, that's Fauci, man. That's not the United States federal government. That's not going to do shit. Tony, it's not going to do shit. You're wrong. Wait, you're not going to be able to get anywhere with this, man. This is like the Trump impeachment trial, bro, okay? It's like, this is the chances of Donald Trump being impeached. It's not going to happen. This lawsuit's not going to happen. But what is happening is, we're talking about it. I've been trying to get everybody to talk about this since 2013. My audience got sick of me talking about it because I talk about it on almost every show. This guy either had too much... why do you think my old audience members don't ever come back? Where's all the old people? They're not here anymore. Includes emails between... Okay, he let them monopolize. They caused thousands of deaths, that collusion. That is just one example. The collusion will cause this case to succeed. No, it won't, Tony. It won't. You're wrong. You're not a legal expert like you think you are, and you probably listen to some fucking idiot podcaster where you're getting this information from, and the idiot podcaster that you're listening to is wrong. Why don't you tell me who's telling you this shit? Tell me who the podcaster is, and I'll tell you what an idiot they are. Let me guess. Nico House. Am I right? I know you sped it up. Sorry, man. We will just disagree. Gotta go eat lunch with the family. I see you all later. Ah, fuck. Why can't you take me with you? Great show. Stroking the two mics. Not sure what audio to use yet. The end is... Not sure what audio to use yet. Nice try, Tony. Okay, now you're making assumptions and being an ass pie. Yeah, Tony, have a nice go fuck yourself. Have a nice go fuck yourself. All right. Since you don't want to tell me where you got your stupid fucking information from, you think you're a fucking legal expert. You obviously were watching some stupid fucking podcaster and you don't want to admit who it was. Fine. Go fuck off.
I'd love to see an internet. I'd love to see
Tony Johnson.
I'd love to see, them not go after people on both the far right and the so-called far left.
I'm sorry.
But
Tony Johnson, Esquire.
the way he's going about it is nonsense. It's not going to work. So either he should have tried to find a way to expand First Amendment protections by declaring these social media outlets public utilities, or he should have broken them up. What he's doing now is simply not going to...
Tony Johnson, attorney at law. Ooh.
And my guess is it'll be thrown out of court very quickly.
All right, so now we've got another video to watch. This is the CNN analysis of the same thing. Right? With Jeffrey Toobin. Our guy, Jeffrey Toobin. Yeah, this is the one. Hello, everybody. I'm Wolf Blitzer here on CNN, here to tell you about. We've got Jeffrey Toobin here, and I'm going to talk to you about the news.
Donald Trump is living up to his infamous penchant for filing lawsuits. He's going after the big social media companies that banned him from their sites for spreading the so-called big lie about the 2020 presidential election. Listen to Trump make his case.
Today, in conjunction with the America First Policy Institute.
I love it. 2 women and 2 people of color. He wants to stand behind him while he does this. And if you think that this isn't a desperate fucking attempt to win votes, you're a fucking idiot. This right here should be so oblivious. It should be so obvious to every single person on the planet that he's got 2 people of color and 2 women standing with him in the shot. And if you don't think that this is fucking 100% Donald Trump planned, plotted, and displayed to fucking hook you, you're a fucking idiot. This is what Donald Trump does.
Dude, I'm filing as the lead class representative a major class action lawsuit against the big tech giants, including Facebook, Google, and Twitter, as well as their CEOs, Mark Zuckerberg, Sundar Pichai, and Jack Dorsey. 3 real nice guys.
Real nice guys.
We're asking the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of Florida to order an immediate halt to...
I can't even... He's like a fucking goddamn rooster.
The American people, and that's exactly what they're doing. We're demanding an end to the shadow banning, a stop to the silencing, and a stop to the blacklisting, banishing, and canceling that we know so well.
He's like a big orange rooster.
The censorship is unlawful, it's unconstitutional, and it's completely un-American.
Let's discuss with our top legal analyst, Jeffrey Toobin.
Toobin! Why you tubing? No, Jeffrey, why you tubing?
Operates as a bar on the government discriminating on the basis of people's viewpoints. It does not tell Facebook,
Getting tubular, Enoch.
CNN what it can and can't.
Attorney of what?
broadcast,
Criminal
and
farces?
Facebook has the right
These 2 were paid
to
dearly.
ban
I want 2
Trump
flags.
from
White
its-
woman.
from the use of
I
its
want
facilities,
2 flags. A white.
according to its
I
own
want
rules.
2 flags. Let's
In
do
addition,
this.
This is not a
I want 2 flags. I want a white woman. I want a black couple behind me. Oh, and find a normal guy's tie. All right, I want to keep it normal. All right, let's do this. We're gonna really attack them. Really, we're gonna hit them really hard. I like to counter punch. Let's go counter punch them. All right, let's go.
class action. And Facebook has a rule that if you are going to sue Facebook, you have to sue in California, not in Florida. So
The women wearing matching dresses? No, I didn't notice that. What?
We'll prove this censorship is unlawful, it's unconstitutional.
It is kind of nice. White. Both of them have red shirts with white polka dots on. Fire! Fire! Thank you, Enoch, for the fire.
Most people know the First Amendment operates as a bar on the government discriminating on the basis of people's viewpoints. It does not tell Facebook or CNN what it can and can't broadcast, and Facebook has the right to ban Donald Trump from the use of its facilities. According.
So, should we listen to what Tony Esquire, attorney at law, was telling us, or should we listen to Jeffrey Toobin, the masturbating lawyer? I'm going to go with Jeffrey Toobin.
To its own rules. In addition, this is not a class action, and Facebook has a rule that if you are going to...
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to ask Tony if he's ever been caught jacking off on a Zoom chat before, because that is definitely a prerequisite that I have for all of my legal representation.
Facebook, you have to sue in California, not in Florida. So it is a publicity stunt. It's a phone-raising device, but will get a lot of attention.
Certainly.
And that's what the lawyer says. He's like, it's not going to go. It's a publicity stunt. I'm going to listen to what Toobin says, okay? I'm going to listen to what Kyle Kalinske says, okay? This fucking moron comes in here. It's this nobody who I've never heard of before, acting like he's a fucking legal expert, trying to call me out on my narrative. My narrative is taken from two people who I think have a lot more experience in this than you, Tony.
Well, Laura, he claims these companies are violating his First Amendment rights. What do you make of that claim?
Well, I find it shocking that he was the President of the United States and doesn't understand that state-actor distinction. I mean, your mother telling you to be quiet doesn't violate your First Amendment rights, nor does your exclusion from a private company's playground called Twitter or Facebook or anything else. You can, as Jeffrey said, file this under a publicity stunt, but...
Wow, even a second legal expert with the exact same opinion. Crazy. Now my opinion has been bolstered by three peoples that I look up to. Interesting, huh?
It was meant to be brought in the court of public opinion. You heard the support and the applause behind him because it's an attack against this so-called cancel culture. When in reality, the First Amendment does not somehow, by virtue of the fact that a government actor or somebody who wants to participate cannot, it doesn't convert these private companies into state actors. They have a First Amendment right to moderate their platforms. But he's really talking about Section 203, or 230, as well, in his attempt to try to ensure that these tech companies somehow can be held liable for their content moderation because he wants to participate.
Welcome to social media, Trump.
For him, beneficial for him. The problem is,
welcome to social media, Tony.
Actors, nor can they be converted to state actors for his purposes.
But if I could, add one.
What? This is what I bet. I bet you, and I have no idea, guys, because I haven't been watching Tim Pool lately. But I'll bet you Tony watches Tim Pool, and I'll bet you Tim Pool said what Tony said. I'll bet you this is going to be a right-wing talking point, a Trump-supporting talking point, and I bet you Tim Pool mentioned it on his show. And I'm just doing this. I have no idea. I haven't seen Tim Pool. But I wonder if Tim Pool covered this yet. And I wonder if Tim Pool said, oh yeah, this lawsuit's going to go through because Donald Trump, because Facebook was in collusion with Fauci. How much do you want to bet that Tim Pool said something about Fauci being in cahoots with one of the social media sites? And that's where Tony got his opinion from. Funny, huh? The difference between Tony and me is I give you my sources. I tell you where I wouldn't even known about this if it weren't for Kyle Kalinske. I saw that first, and then I saw the CNN thing. This is how I get my news, man. I get it from different sources, and then I come here and I tell you about it. I give you my opinion from what I've heard, and then I actually play back the sources. Tony doesn't want to give me his source. Isn't that funny?
Point.
Funny.
I agree, and I think everyone who's familiar with the law will say that this case does not have any merit. But there is a problem here, and even if you don't know the law, will say that who's familiar with the law will say that one point. I mean, Laura and I agree, and I think everyone who's familiar with the law will say that this case does not have any merit. But one point. I mean, Laura and I agree, and I think everyone who's familiar with the law will say that this case does not have any merit. One point. I mean, Laura and I agree, and I think everyone who's familiar with the law will say that this case does not have any merit. One point. I mean, Laura and I agree, and I think everyone who's familiar with the law will say that this case does not have any merit. One point. I mean, Laura and I agree, and I think everyone who's familiar with the law will say that this case does not have any merit. One point. I mean, Laura and I agree, and I think everyone who's familiar with the law will say that this case does not have any merit.
Let me ask you a question. You think the judge who's going to be deciding this case watches CNN? Probably a 50-50 chance that they do, whoever the judge is going to be. Now, do you think if you're a judge on this case, you're going to research what these two are saying so that you know you've got good background on what's going on? You're going to check the legality of all that? Because these two already did. If you're going to be the judge on the case, you're probably going to be like, yeah, that's a good point. I better go research that. So what's the judge going to find? Same thing. It's not looking good for the case. Now, let me tell you this. I support the case. I want the case to go through. You know, I want these motherfuckers to stop shadow banning me. So I support this case. But I'm sad to find out that it's not going to go through. We keep it real here in the garden. It's what we do. We keep it real. And all I'm doing, guys, for you right now is keeping it as real as I can.
But there is a problem here, and even if you don't like Donald Trump, you have to understand it, which is the power of these companies. I mean, these companies control a tremendous amount of the information in the world. Think about another company, Amazon Web Services, which essentially runs the cloud. Can Amazon simply say, on any of the thousands and thousands of websites, we don't want the following statements to be made? You know, they haven't done that yet. But, you know, that is a problem. And the power of these companies is a problem. The law has not addressed it yet. This goofy lawsuit won't address it. But the problem is real.
Do you have more volume for the YouTube video you're playing? Yeah.
And Trump, as usual, is recognizing a source of anger in the country, even if he's not doing anything productive about it.
If this lawsuit goes forward, Laura, the social media companies and their lawyers, they can call for depositions of the president. He'll be called to testify and provide all sorts of information about what's going on. I suspect he's not anxious to do so. What do you think?
I mean, it's amazing how often people sort of circle around Donald Trump with the hopes of getting a deposition out of him, and oftentimes what happens is the reaction is, the result is a written response to questions, and that's his recollection, etc. But as Jeffrey talked about, the idea here in terms of being able to depose him to say what? Obviously, we all want other information from Donald Trump, but the idea of what? Whether or not these...
Bro, look at what happened to the other guy's podcast. You know, look what happened to mine. You know? If you keep it terms of servicey like you do on the Valentine stuff, bro, on your big channels that you do really well on, you know, you can get away with it. But if you're not going to do production, if you're just going to do real life, and you're going to constantly break the terms of service like I do, you know, I'm willing to suffer the punishment for it and not get out there, because I gotta say what's on my mind when I'm doing this, you know. Seaweed, Yone just got back from the doctors. Me and my wife's blood work is good. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you, Dom, man, thank you. I've been putting seaweed most in my coffee. The doctor said he believes in seaweed, huh? Well, that's been a violence riot, as an answer to the fact of Supplement Article 2nd, the right to wear weapons of nearby each kind. Huh? I don't know what you're trying to say there, Raymond.
Entities are state actors, whether the President of the United States, the former President of the United States, is aware that they're not part of the executive, legislative, or judicial branch, and therefore they're not part of the Congress shall make no law aspect of these things. What gets you about this case is, of course, as you talk about Section 230, both Democrats, Republicans, liberals, conservatives, right wing, left wing, they all would like to see changes to the Communications Decency Act. There are questions about the idea of the parameters of these powerful organizations, but the First Amendment is not the vehicle or the conduit to do so, and to conflate it really is just idiotic.
Take this lawsuit, in Florida, does it?
And to conflate it is just idiotic. She just called fucking Donald Trump and his legal team and the fucking 3 morons that are supporting him, standing behind him, idiots. And she did it so slick. We're going to go back and we're going to listen to her call Donald Trump and his whole team and everyone who supports him fucking idiots.
And to conflate it really is just not the vehicle or the conduit to do so, and to First Amendment is not the vehicle or the conduit to do so. But the First Amendment is not the vehicle or the conduit to do so, and to conflate it really is just idiotic. But the First Amendment is not the vehicle or the conduit to do so, and to conflate it really is just idiotic. But the First Amendment is not the vehicle or the conduit to do so, and to conflate it really is just idiotic. But the First Amendment is not the vehicle or the conduit to do so, and to conflate it really is just...
Do you know why I think they cut it so quick right there? Because I'll bet you Jeffrey Toobin started fucking laughing as soon as because he realized, and you know, poker face fucking Blitzer over there, he's literally, his tongue is bleeding because he bites it so hard to keep that straight face. But Jeffrey Toobin, his dick's in his hand right now. So he's about to fucking laugh his ass off at that statement. That's why, whoosh, get that shit off the screen. This is fantastic shit right here. This is some primo programming right here. She's calling Donald Trump idiotic, and I fucking love it.
That's idiotic. Take this to the Communications Decency Act. There are questions about the idea of the parameters of these powerful organizations, but the First Amendment is not the vehicle or the conduit to do so. But the First Amendment is not the vehicle or the conduit to do so, and to conflate it really is just idiotic. But the First Amendment is not the vehicle or the conduit to do so, and to conflate it really is just idiotic. But the First Amendment is not the vehicle or the conduit to do so, and to conflate it really is just idiotic. But the First Amendment is not the vehicle or the conduit to do so, and to conflate it really is just idiotic. But the First Amendment is not the vehicle or the conduit to do so, and to conflate it really is just idiotic. But the First Amendment is not the vehicle or the conduit to do so, and to conflate it really is just idiotic. But the First Amendment is not the vehicle or the conduit to do so, and to conflate it really is just idiotic.
Let me just stop right here. Yo, Raymond Erasmus Ritchell, whatever your name is. Look, dude, whatever it is you're trying to talk about in my live stream, we're not talking about. So do me a favor, get on topic with us, okay, brother? We're not talking, whatever it is you're trying to talk about in my live stream, it's completely irrelevant to what we're discussing. We're talking about First Amendment rights, not Second Amendment rights. So get on track with us, number one. And number two, it's rude, bro. You're just being rude, man. We're talking about people being muzzled on fucking social media. All right, bro? If you're having a problem over there, let me know.
Take this lawsuit, in Florida. Does it hold any merit?
None, Aaron. Sometimes we say, oh, we'll have to wait for the facts to develop, or we'll say it's a very complicated area of law. Not here. This doesn't even set forward a cognizable legal case with merit at all. So
I've never even heard that word, cognizable. Holy shit, they are bringing out the fucking big guns on Donald Trump. It's not even cognizable, Donald Trump. You ever heard that word, Mr. President? Cognizable. She just dick slapped you, man. No reason to grow old anymore when you can get the vaccination and die young. Dude, how many people have died from the vaccination? You fucking idiot. Do you know that millions and millions and millions of human beings have been vaccinated around the world? There's only been a few cases of people dying from it. So why don't you, Tony, why don't you go research the numbers, come back here and tell me how many people have died from the vaccination, okay? All right, do that before you say anything else in here. Will you do me that favor? You can educate all of us. Come back with the numbers, okay?
the fact that he claims a First Amendment violation, which is the only thing that he claims here, he's claiming it.
Yo, Tony, do you watch Tim Pool? I'm in the United States. There have been over 6,000 deaths from the vaccine. And how many people have been vaccinated? 6,000? I don't believe you. Number one, I don't believe 6,000 people have died from the vaccination. How many people have been vaccinated? In the United States? You want me to, hey, look, is there anybody coherent enough in my audience right now that can look this up for me really, really quick? No. Look, Sean, instead of defending me, I want you to Google this shit for me, okay? Will you guys please go Google this shit? Just defend me with information. Somebody find out how many vaccination deaths there have been in the United States. Somebody Google that for me first, and then find out how many people have been vaccinated in the United States. No. Tony, you do it. You do it. Like I said, you go get the real numbers and come back here, okay? I don't want you pulling shit out of your ass like you just did. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
Against private companies. You can only claim a First Amendment violation against the government. So develop, or we'll say it's a very complicated area of law, not here. This doesn't even set forward a cognizable legal case with merit at all. So the fact this doesn't even set forward a cognizable legal case with merit at all. So the doesn't even set forward a cognizable legal case with merit at all. So this doesn't even set forward a cognizable legal case with merit at all. So this doesn't even set forward a cognizable legal case with merit at all. So this doesn't even set forward a cognizable legal case with merit at all. So the fact that he claims a First Amendment violation, which is the only thing that he claims here, he's claiming it against private companies. You can only claim a First Amendment violation.
Wow, so we went from 6,000 deaths to 3. Yeah, Tony, we just went from 6,000 deaths to 3. So this is what I'm going to do for my audience. I'm going to block you because I'm not even going to engage you because You tried to troll me with a lie. And I always take Trendy Orca's word over anybody else's in the live stream. So you just lost and you got blocked for lying to my entire audience. Don't spread 309 million and only 3 deaths. Well, I'd take those odds any day. I'd play Russian roulette any day with those fucking odds. Any day. Those are great odds.
Violation against the government. So right out of the gate, this has no merit at all. I suspect it will be swiftly dismissed.
I love that.
Sudan. So right out of the gate, this has no merit at all. I suspect it will be swiftly dismissed. This has no merit at all. I suspect it will be swiftly dismissed. This has no merit at all. I suspect it will be swiftly dismissed.
Yeah, come back here and tell me how much merit the case has when it gets dismissed, Tony, okay? Come back. Let me know.
Doesn't even set forward a cognizable legal case with merit at all.
Cognizable!
First Amendment violation, which is
Oh my God! Oh my God!
here.
Hey, audience, can I start using the word cognizable, please? I'm going to use it all the time. I'm going to use that word on people that come in here, and I'm going to be like, you know what you just said in my chat, Tony? You know what you just said? That's not even cognizable. That's not even cognizable. That's not even cognizable. It isn't even cognizable. I would say it is incognizable, actually. Try that one, Nay. Incognizable? Is that a word? I don't know. Incognizable. That was incognizable, what you just said. It's not even cognizable. It's such a great word.
He's claiming against private companies. You can only claim a First Amendment violation against the government. So right out of the gate, this has no merit at all. I suspect it will be swiftly dismissed.
Swiftly.
Sudan, this.
I love the choice of words. She's a fucking poet of destruction. She's a poet of destruction. I love it. What a wordsmith.
Will that be? I mean, how much?
I need to smoke, man. I gotta smoke. I'm so excited.
Well, I think it'll be successful from Trump's point of view in that he's just trying to stay relevant. He's trying to stay in the news, and we're talking about him. But, the lawsuit's going to go nowhere, and I think the ultimate rewards from the fundraising attempts will be just a blip here. But, Trump was silenced. He said that he...
No. His fundraising is doing great. I would fucking send Donald Trump money if I thought that this case had merit and that he was going to be able to get me my goddamn channel back. I would. I don't care who the fuck you are. Hey, man, I don't know how the saying goes. But mutual goals produce strange bedfellows. There is some sort of a saying along those lines. It's like, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Right? Even if I considered him my enemy prior. So wait. Oh, so now Russia's going to nuke China, and China's been fucking holding all of our debt over our heads? Go Russia! Go Russia! Go Russia! Go Russia! It creates strange relationships when you agree with someone who you consider as your enemy. But, hey, man, if Donald Trump wants to go to war against social media, I will be a soldier for that. And that's why I'm talking about this, guys. I'll spend as much time putting him under the bus as I can because I think he's a fucking racist. But at the same time, I will give him credit and I will give him some support on this. Now, like, I am keeping it real, guys, and they are all saying that this case is going to be dismissed. But what I'm hoping for is that someone with more intelligence than Donald Trump does file some sort of legal proceedings against the social media sites, or the social media sites will hear our roar, like this video. Maybe you guys will share this around, that would be great. Share the video around. Maybe they will hear and see if you guys are giving me a bunch of thumbs ups, you know, and sharing it around, just this video, and then those videos too, give them thumbs ups and share them around. I shared them. I'll give that one a thumbs up. Let social media know that you agree with Donald Trump on this. And maybe social media will change on their own. Maybe they'll be like, yeah, maybe we should stop doing the shadow banning. You know, maybe we'll let off the algorithming, you know, because we'll make more money. And if somebody could just go to social media and say, you guys will make more money, I'd have a chart. That's what I should do, man. I should have a big fucking chart behind me. Jesus once said, also, your enemy is your friend, your brother, and your sisters. We are one family. I think so, at least. Huh, Raymond? You know Jesus never existed, Raymond? Yeah, the human being or the God or whatever you want to call him, no proof that he ever even existed. It's just a big fucking lie, bro. Just so you know, Raymond, I'm so glad you're watching my show because I think you will be one of the people who will benefit from watching. Wow. You guys are fun. I love my audience. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I want to do a big bong rip for you guys, and I want you to know, if you find my drug use on this channel offensive, let me know right now on this show. Let me know. If you find it offensive that I use cannabis while I talk, okay? It's important to me that I keep and retain as many of you as I can. Even the people that fucking hate me and they're just here to fucking rile me up. You're welcome, Raymond. I want to see you do good, bro. I just see a little bit, I see you're a little lost, brother. You know, anytime we're talking about something as important as our right to First Amendment rights, and I see someone in the flock, you know, in the audience, you know, someone going astray, I got the hook, you know, like a shepherd, and I want to address you personally, and I want to make sure that you're all right, because you're talking about things that I will totally talk about, man. I'll talk about Second Amendment, bro. I am a Second Amendment guy, obviously, but at the same time, that's not the topic of discussion right now. But if you stick around, maybe we'll talk about it after we're done talking about the First Amendment. You know, it's like numbered 1, 2, right? Second, that's the second thing. We could talk about that. So stick around, and maybe we will address your Second Amendment rights, because I feel very strongly about that, and I want to talk to people that disagree with me on that, so they can understand why I feel it's important, and they can understand where I'm at with the whole school shooting thing and all that stuff. We'll talk about all that stuff. All right, let's go. My whole argument on that is, you know, if you really wanted to protect your children at schools, you'd protect them like you protect your money in the banks, but you don't. So don't talk to me about your kids getting shot up in a school. All right, don't talk to me about that.
When he was deplatformed, he said he was going to launch a media empire, and that's basically fizzled. And I think this lawsuit's an admission of that.
It's fizzled.
So, Jennifer, the lawsuit does claim, you raised this point, that Facebook's a state actor, not a private company. So conservative lawyer George Conway, husband of Kellyanne, tweets, quote, what makes this meta insane is that he's claiming that the Facebook was a federal state actor because it was entangled with the federal government at a time when he was president of the United States.
Could you imagine being inside the Conway residence when they have conversations? I wonder if they scream at each other. I wonder if they walk out, you know. God damn, they're married. Are they still together? Are George and his wife still together, I wonder? Jesus is a way of tricking ancient people into worshiping Julius Caesar. The big social media companies will not change for the better for the user, but only for the company. Well, hey, that's okay, Raymond. I'll help you with that. Well, the end is near. Maybe if enough of their customers threaten them and they let them know how they feel, you know, maybe people start migrating to Trovo and they'll get the idea that, hey, man, we need to do something or we're going to lose all. You know, people have a voice, but you got to use it. And I am completely wired in like a goddamn Android to all social media. You know, like Neo in that little egg in the Matrix. You know, I'm plugged in, and I don't see myself getting unplugged ever. So that's a problem, and social media relies on that. They're like, it's like your cocaine dealer. You'll call me again. I'll be hearing from you soon. No, I'm never coming back. This is the last time. Sure it is. Sure it is. Social media's got us like that. Cheers, guys. I love you guys.
Now, Jennifer, when you take a look at this, Trump has filed 1,900 lawsuits, according to USA Today, right, before he even became president, right? Filing lawsuits, many of them frivolous and dismissed, is his MO. But, when you take a big picture look at this, even though this may be frivolous, and I know you think it's going to be dismissed, do you have real questions about the whole issue of these private companies?
Yes.
Controlling
Yes, we do.
In many ways?
Yes, we do. Big question.
It's really interesting because what he's doing here really is lobbying. I mean, lots of people have these questions. Congress has been in all sorts of hearings over the past few years about this question, and Congress can regulate it. They can legislate
can.
So what
yes,
he really
and that's why this conversation is so important. Because Congress does have the ability to get shadow banning banned. They have the ability to get algorithming banned. Let them do it. Support this show. Support this podcast right here by going and giving it a thumbs up. Go give Kyle Kalinske a thumbs up. Anybody else you hear talking about this, I don't care if it's fucking Tim Pool or Ben Shapiro, go give them a thumbs up. I'm certain that all of my other wonderful friends and cohorts on the internet, podcasters, will be discussing this. Give them a thumbs up. Take their stuff, share it everywhere. Let your friends know how important this is. If you want to release the power of the podcasters, this is your chance. If you're a podcaster and you choose to do nothing about this, and then we're all suffering, just remember, this is our opportunity, and it's fucking Donald Trump who's giving it to us, man. And you gotta fucking recognize it's fucking Donald Trump. But goddamn, this is it. This is the bus. Hop on the bus. This is the train. You're standing at the station. They're going, all aboard! You need to fucking act right now. This is the time to get on the fucking train. Now, I'm not telling you have to share this video. I'm not telling you have to promote me. If you don't want, if you're a troll and you fucking hate me, but you're still watching this, this is the message that you need to get out there. So ignore my video and don't give it a thumbs up. You can do whatever the fuck you want. But you can still get the message out there by sharing these out on social media. So more, or type a little post on Twitter and say, hey man, everybody should write their congressperson and say, let's ban algorithming. Let's ban shadow banning. Hey, hashtag ban shadow ban. Ban shadow ban. Ban shadow banning. Come up with something. But my point is, we don't have to just sit here and play Xbox and smoke our bongs and not click on a couple of buttons that could make these shows way better. If I'm allowed to do and say anything, guys, if I'm allowed to do the things that I want to do, the show's only going to get better. And more people will show up, and the more people that is a feedback loop right there. The better I get, the more people that will show up. The more people that will show up, the better I will get, because I'll have more people to satisfy, and I will be working harder at that. I've always said in the past, I'm glad it's not big, because it's easy. I just, I got 20 people usually. I gotta keep happy, and 20 people are easy to keep happy. But when there's 1,000 people in the audience, not everybody's on the same page. And you know what? I just have to learn to deal with it. I'd love to. Let's do it. Let's fucking blow it up. I'd love to see more trendies. I'd love to go to a store or an airport and have somebody walk up to me and go, Nay's Garden, I watch you all the time. I would fucking love that shit. You know, let's fucking blow it up, man. Like the old Trendy As Zabbers day when that shit used to happen to me.
Making this point, calling his congressperson, taking out ads, using the huge megaphone that he still has, notwithstanding that he's been kicked off these platforms, to make this point. But what you don't do is file a lawsuit. I mean, that's an abuse of the court.
Oh my God, I love that she's in La Jolla. I just noticed that. Above her head, it says La Jolla, California. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful town, man. I stayed there for about a week or two with a good friend of mine, man, and we had so much fun, man. We were at a gaming conference at a friend's house. We were all in a gaming clan, and they hosted a gaming tournament. Not really a tournament, but it was more just gaming the whole time online. And there were all these computers set up, and we had so much fucking fun.
Something that really is lobbying, not setting forth a legal reason that you've been injured and you're entitled to compensation.
And I know you've been...
The way you blow a heart smoke ring is you blow a ring, and it's got to be moving kind of slow. You take your hand and you pretty high above it. You don't want to really touch it, but you snap your finger, and the wind from your index finger coming over it, you want to kind of, if the smoke ring's going away from you, then you want to go with the motion of the smoke ring, I believe. I believe you would go diagonally above it, and that will cause the smoke ring to do that. It'll push it down here and give you a heart. It's one of the coolest things I've ever seen. I've done it accidentally just by blowing smoke rings. It'll catch a current like that, and boom, I'll see a heart. And I have snapped hearts before, but you got to realize what's doing it. You got to realize the direction the wind is going, and you got to realize if you go against it, I believe it destroys the whole ring. But if you go with the direction that the smoke ring, if you could put a smoke ring up that's so slow that it's just hanging there, I think you could just do it above it. Just kind of, I think you have to turn your arm. You got to kind of feel where the wind is coming from off your fingers. You know? You're 2 miles from La Jolla? Right on, Karen. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Are you near the coast? Do you have a view of the ocean where you are?
I declare you think this will be, quickly dismissed. I mean, Dan, this fight against big tech, though, and the way Trump is fighting this fight, right, by doing things like this lawsuit that don't have merit, have sort of become a rallying cry for the right. I mean, just listen to this.
The internet's hall monitors out in Silicon Valley.
Now, just so you guys know, because I looked, this was way back in May when this guy was still relevant. Matt Gaetz is now a child molester. He's a fucking pedophile, and he's a fucking creep of all creeps. Basically, he's become a politician for the women.
They think they can suppress us, discourage us.
Big tech, I believe, poses the single greatest threat to free speech in our country today, and poses the single greatest...
Karen, it would be awesome if you put a deck up on your roof with stairs going up to it. That's what I'm going to do to this house. We're going to put a deck up on the roof. I mean, I've got a beautiful deck way up above it, but it's far back. If we put a deck right on the roof, it's the center of the clearing, so you get a better view of all the stars. So I'm going to have a star, kind of an observatory deck up there. Oh, it's going to be so awesome.
Threat to democracy in our day.
Last I checked, I thought that the Declaration said that our rights come from God, not from Google. Is that right? I mean, last I checked, Google was a privately owned company, and they can do whatever the fuck they want. Power to the people that are going to go storm the Capitol. I'm a fucking Nazi. Fucking this idiot.
I mean, it is a rallying cry now, Dan, in the right, and you hear the crowd at CPAC cheering there to Senator Hawley. But I know you think that this move could actually hurt the...
The end is near. From ocean, if I climb on the road... Okay. Swimming in La Jolla shores, it's beautiful. Remember back in the day, you had 1,000 viewers. It didn't last, but it did happen. Yeah, it happened once or twice. That would be badass. Have you ever thought about the following? Each pedophile is a former victim by itself. You don't know that, Raymond. You have no idea. No, and I wouldn't give a fuck if they were.
Republican Party. Explain why.
Well, I think this is going to hurt the Republican Party because, look, what we need to be doing is
You know, my dad used to hit me with a belt. So should I go around hitting people with a belt, Raymond? Don't feel sorry for people that do that, okay? If you can't grow past it, it's because you're a weak bitch.
A naked fundraising appeal an hour.
Oh, and you're a monster, and you should be put to death, in my opinion.
After he filed the lawsuit, people are going to see it for just that, and it's really not going to mean anything in the long term. We're damaging the Republican brand. What we need to do to win in 2022, to take the White House back in 2024, is we need to appeal to centrist voters that go to work every day, that have families and concerns of their own. So I think we need to be focused.
You would push your lip down? Why? Oh, because you're holding a cigarette in your other hand? You could put the cigarette in a... You could put the cigarette or a joint down in an ashtray, bro, and you'd have two free hands. Blow like you would regular. So push your lip down. And that makes a heart, huh? I see it at my mother and at her father. Jumped off the La Jolla Shores cliff before. You're fucking psycho, Karen. Me, myself, I am a victim of this. Yeah, but Raymond, you don't go abuse kids, do you? Because you were abused, you don't go around abusing children, right? You grew past that shit, right?
On being the loyal opposition to Joe Biden's policies and trying to make them...
Hey, man, there's only one answer for that. And if it ain't that, then just fucking leave, bro.
Stronger and better for American families, and we need to be focused on legislation. This kind of stuff is Trump has got this kind of Me Too brand of politics. His tours, his rallies are really like this kind of never-ending revenge tour. This kind of stuff is not the path back to the majority. I think that he's trying to have this kind of purity test.
Yeah, but your neighbors have kids, bro. Other people have kids. You know, it's not always in the family.
A Barry Goldwater type purity test that's going to leave us with a smaller minority, not with a governing majority like Reagan would want.
Pelosi stock trading. Nancy Pelosi caught making millions on stocks involving government contracts. Huh. Sagar and Crystal.
All right, Sagar, what are you looking at?
Well, one of the things that drives me the most insane things about Congress is not just how filthy rich so many of these politicians are, but the fact that the closer you look, the more
I like what his
so
voice.
many
The
of
more
them got or are staying
every time his
rich,
voice,
not through good, honest work, but from occupying.
Every time his voice cracks, a young new journalist gets his hankering to go do journalism. Gets his drive. A young new journalist gets his drive.
The very positions of power that they're elected to. I know you shouldn't be surprised. It's actually a tale as old as time.
Why does Sagar talk like this? It actually takes a lot of effort. I don't understand why Sagar talks like this.
Leverage your power to enrich yourself, but it still makes me enraged. And while this is absolutely a bipartisan story, there are, of course, places we should focus on. In my opinion, those at the very top of institutions themselves should be held to the highest standards. I thought it was pretty outrageous.
Listen, Raymond, once again, you've gone off the goddamn reservation, bro. I'm sorry to use that term. That's probably racist. Once again, you've gone off the topic from what we're discussing. All right, you've forked away from where we are. So let's not talk about child molestation just because I mentioned Matt Gaetz. Okay, bro? All right, don't go off on a fucking tangent. Don't go down that fucking path, because we're not here to talk about that. We're sorry you had that problem. Let's not trigger it in other folks.
Just when Donald Trump was president, and he literally owned hotels where foreign leaders would stay. And unlike other hypocrites, I think it just that Nancy Pelosi, the Speaker of the House, maintains one of the most active stock trading portfolios in Congress. When you look closely, that puts other corruption to shame. Just to note, all of the information here is publicly available through the Stock
Oops. Oh my God.
Act The problem, though, is the media doesn't want to cover it. Luckily, our friend Unusual Whales over on Twitter, he has it covered. He dug into the data and he found some truly stunning results. The first trade that he looked at was this. In late May and early June, Nancy Pelosi bought several hundred thousands of dollars worth of highly leveraged options.
How much do you guys love that the crypto community is now investigating senators and people in power? I fucking love it. You know, you want to know why these fucking motherfuckers don't want crypto to get popular? Because shit like this was bound to happen, and here we go. This is fucking huge, guys. We now have access to information that we never had before. We knew it was happening, but here's the actual purchases that she made.
On Apple, Amazon, and NVDA stock. Now again, these aren't normal stock trades. These are leveraged options, meaning that the payouts are much higher.
Wow. And then you know what happens? Then she goes in and she pushes for or okays legislation that makes them richer and relieves restrictions on them. This is fucking psychotic.
But the risk is high as well. I'll spare you the nitty-gritty details, but suffice it to say that this is the equivalent of more like a casino-level bet, not necessarily a well-considered investment. That is, unless you have...
We all understand, unless you have inside information or you have control over the outcome of what you're fucking leveraging on. This is fucking psychotic. Dude, we all know what leveraging is now, and I've warned you all not to do it because it's so high risk, right? I told you guys if you wanted to become millionaires in a day, you could do it with that shit. But that's like fucking crack. So stay the fuck away from it. However, this is psychotic. Oh my God. Oh, and I haven't seen this yet, guys.
Information. And lo and behold, there's a lot of interesting details when you start to dig into it. Her June 3rd trade, noted by Unusual Whales, was an NVDA. NVDA, you may not know, is a semiconductor and chip manufacturing company. And it just so happened that not only is that stock splitting, but that the trade was made 5 days before the U.S. Senate approved billions of dollars for U.S. semiconductor.
It's taken under note, Billy.
Now look, I'm a huge fan of that bill. I'm a big supporter of the American semiconductor industry. But the appearance of corruption undercuts confidence that this is being done for the right reasons. And look, it's public information. Everybody did kind of know that bill was going to pass. But here's the problem. I shouldn't even have a question in my mind that the woman who is third in line for presidential succession is trading on possibly non-public information and enriching herself to the tune of hundreds of thousands of dollars. Look closer, and you got to be amazed at how well she's done. Unusual Whales notes this. Pelosi's one-year June 2020 to June 2021 results are 56%. Yeah, 56. That's a full 20% more than the Dow Jones Industrial Average or the S&P 500. There are hedge funds on Wall Street that promise and don't deliver results like that. So the question remains, what does she know that we do not? She can deny all she wants, and look, to cover my legal basis, I'm not insinuating anything illegal. Maybe it's all perfectly legal. Maybe she and her husband are the world's greatest investors. But the appearance...
Hey, I want to find out if there's anybody here that is offended by me using cannabis and smoking the bong on the live stream. Let me know, okay? And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm about to do a bong rip and blow some smoke rings. It's going to take about a minute, maybe two, and then I'll be done. And if you want to leave or pause the video or whatever, go right ahead. It's cool. I'm going to do a bong rip with the audience, and then we're going to continue watching this. Okay? Cheers, guys. And so you don't miss any of this, I'll pause this while we do the bong rip. Cheers. It was gotta be. All right, here we go.
Alone of such a statistically significant result itself is damaging to democracy. Consider one of the trades that I mentioned earlier. Pelosi buys Amazon stock options in late May. Okay, I guess I see it. Amazon's a blue chip stock, right? A lot of people would bet on it. But you may have missed this bombshell news that crossed the wire this week. The Pentagon is canceling a $10 billion deal that it signed with Microsoft after protests from Amazon. And critically, it is opening the deal to solicit bids from both Microsoft and Amazon, likely to split it some way 50-50. Meaning, Amazon just went from zero part of the deal to potentially billions of dollars in government contracts. Now, did the Speaker of the House know about this? Who knows? I can't tell you that.
Right.
She doesn't have to answer to anyone under oath. And
that's true. So it's hard to prove. But if you can establish a pattern of behavior, sometimes you can win a case. So this will be interesting to see what he says now.
And to get her dead to rights, you'd have to be able to prove that she knew and traded on that information, which would be nearly impossible to get. The point again is this. The appearance alone is enough. This woman and her husband are already worth tens of millions of dollars.
No, they're worth $100 million. I don't know why he said tens. They're worth $100 million. Nancy Pelosi's net worth, I believe it's $100 million. It's probably more now. Peace in the world. Right on, Raymond. Martha Stewart went to jail for the same thing. Yeah, it's hard for some people. Dom, the end is near. Nick Brown, I'm offended that someone would be offended by cannabis use. Dom, open your mind. Open your mind. Open. Name that movie.
They've made plenty. If they want to be private citizens and play the market, be my guest. It's a free country. But call me old-fashioned.
I know all of you right now are going crazy right now trying to figure out what that's from. It's great. I've got you all thinking. Think about it. I know you know that you've seen that movie.
I think public service should be about serving the public. And if you're playing the market, not just buying and selling stocks, but buying highly leveraged options, maybe I'm not so crazy when I ask what the hell is going on here. No Speaker of the House, no President. No person in the highest levels of office should have this level of active trading when they are in the midst of affecting U.S. policy at one of the most...
All right. Billy, here is the hint. It's just for you. Open your mind. Open your
most tumultuous times in modern economic history. And I just think it's totally nuts, Crystal.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching.
That's right. Just as a reminder, you can become a premium...
It's like, oh my god, I had the EQ turned up way too mid-range for her voice. That was piercing. God, this Jack Herer, it smells so good. Bro, I am so proud of the fact that Jimmy Dore is getting a full thing of Jack Herer and a full thing of True Black. I fucking can't wait for him to get that because they're going to smell so good when he opens them up. I already made sure of that. They are both going to smell so good. He's going to open them up and he's just going to be like, oh, dude. That fucking blackberry is so fucking sweet black. It is over the top blackberry. The True Black. It is crazy. Total Recall! You got it. Yes. Total Recall. Open your mind. It was the little head on the dude's body, man. Open your... He went like this. And the head woke up. Dude, it's so fucked. His head on the side is going on the side. Dude, that movie's so fucked up. I fucking love it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's so fucked up. All right, let me do this and that. Goodbye. And let's do this. Buffalo. So yeah, Jimmy Dore's getting the Jack Black. He's getting a thing of Jack Herer. And he's getting a thing of True Black. Getting the Jack Black. That's the title of the video. Also, what else? Oh, shadow banning lawsuit. So we covered both of those. Oh, that's great. Now we can just smoke out and chill with our friends. What? You guys want to... Hey, Ron Placone is live? Hey, Ron! Ronnie Placone is live. Let's bring him up in the. We'll do this. We'll go live with Ronnie.
Part of your economy.
28 minutes ago.
It's amazing. It's amazing how even incredibly powerful industries are still muzzled in a place like California because corporate interests are that strong.
First thing I say is I'm multicasting you. It's the very first thing I say.
That strong. Isn't that crazy? I think it is. And we'll go with that. Thank you for sharing that, George. And again, we'll keep an eye on Biden's infrastructure
Let's
plan.
give him a
They're
super
still
chat.
Kind of, going through the details.
Let's give him a super chat. What do you guys
We'll
say?
see. I mean, I am the broadband portion I covered on my show a while ago with Shahid Buttar, and our consensus was be very, very cautiously optimistic. There was some good-looking things in it that were pleasant surprises, some Easter eggs that were pleasant surprises. However, Joe Biden is no stranger to big cable. He started his campaign at a dinner with Comcast executives. So if you don't think big cable is going to try to get their fangs into this, well, I guarantee you they are. They already are. And there's probably conversations going on under the table we don't know about. So again,
I'm trying to super chat and give me a second.
Caution. And that's what I'm going to do. That's what we're all going to do. All right, you bring this up. How much of the Haiti assassination is due to U.S. creating?
It's coming up. It might let me super chat him.
Even more. I'd say more to all. and admittedly, I got to be honest with you. I'm not following everything that's going on there super closely. But yeah, the U.S. is of course involved. Absolutely. Haiti in upheaval. President Moshe assassinated at home, and this happened. This happened this week, I believe. This is a squad of gunmen assassinated Haitian President Jovenel Moise. I'm probably mispronouncing that, and wounded his wife in an overnight raid on their home Wednesday, with police killing 4 suspects, arresting 2 others hours later, amid growing chaos in a country already enduring gang violence and protests of his increasingly authoritarian rule. 3 police officers held hostage, but the suspected gunmen were freed late Wednesday after police surrounded a house where some of the suspects were hiding. Interim Prime Minister Claude Joseph said the police and military were in control of security in Haiti, the poorest country in the Americas, where a history of dictatorship and political upheaval have long stymied the consolidation of democratic rule. So what we do here in the United States is we interfere in these things all the time, and we will overthrow democratically elected people when we feel like it to make sure that socialism doesn't rise anywhere, baby. And then, of course, we impose ridiculous sanctions on pretty much all the countries to the south of us, and we create climate refugees. And then you have Kamala Harris, who gets on a podium and says, don't come here. You people who are climate refugees, who are desperate, so you're coming to the United States because you're desperate. People don't want to come here, by the way. Let's make that clear. I mean, unless you have some kind of niche that where the United States is a good place for you to be, which that's applying to less and less people, by the way. Nobody loves the idea of coming here. They're coming here because they're desperate, because they're fleeing desperate situations, because they're climate refugees in a lot of cases, or the refugees of violence. Yeah. So, yeah, people aren't itching to come here. They really aren't. So there's that. And but thank you for sharing that, George. And I guess to answer your question, I would say most, potentially all. I haven't been following that issue as